Ayy, one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. Yes, sir. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Ay, there's only one goal, one thing, one rule, man, that shit don't change. And yes, sir. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things.
This girl gave, because I got pulled into this freaking thing with toxic masculinity and toxic but one thing that was really cool that somebody brought to my attention that I never thought about, because you know when you talk about toxic masculinity, it's like, okay, what's toxic femininity? And like it was one of those things where it's like most of the times when people bring up toxic femininity, it's in a means to try to be like, it's almost like when white people be bringing up, oh, white privilege don't exist, and what's black privilege? You know what I mean? It's a similar thing, even though, like, if you really want to get into some privileges black people have, we might have some. But if you only bring it up into the level of trying to pretend like white privilege don't exist, then you're not gonna get no open ear. You feel me?
I mean, if you're trying to pretend like anything in that field of discussion, i.e. racism, sexism, white privilege,
isms and the phobias.
Yeah, like if you try to say like any of that shit doesn't exist, then yeah, like of course, like nobody's gonna listen to you, even if you may have a valid point about what you're talking about.
Well, no, some people will listen to you, just the people that agree with you.
Also, I think that when it comes to like black privilege, like that shit, as far as that's either has been given, like when they say privilege, like you have a fucking affirmative action. That's not really a privilege. That's like a right. And the privileges they also attribute be basically stereotypical. So I wonder what black privileges like can they really say we have?
I mean, I'm not even trying to get into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that for every one side of things, you can probably come up with an opposite, even if the opposite isn't one-to-one. Because that's another thing. Sometimes people try to make these one-to-one cases for things that aren't one-to-one. You know what I mean? So
I don't quite understand what you mean by that.
All right, let me think of a recent thing. Like
what's the whole one-to-one?
This is equal to this. When sometimes these two things aren't even equal that you're comparing. Like this is obviously more dangerous, or this is obviously more powerful, or this is obviously whatever the fuck above this. But you want to compare these two things because this one has some kind of merit to it. You feel me? Like white privilege is way bigger. There's 60%, but you might have racism, for instance, or whatever, and you might have something that, okay, yeah, there's some black people are prejudiced, but that doesn't mean that racism isn't like, you know what I mean? It's not a one-to-one thing to compare prejudice to racism. You just systemic racism. It's not a one-to-one. I just finished having this conversation with somebody. What he was saying, I was saying it wasn't a one-to-one. We were talking about some he was what was he saying? He was...
While you're thinking about that, I just feel like my immediate mind, just from the perspective I'm speaking on right at this very moment, even if something isn't one-to-one, it doesn't necessarily mean that whichever is the lesser of the two doesn't have merit.
I just said that the lesser of the two has merit.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, that they're trying to compare it in the first place. But what I'm saying is if you got 10% merit here and 94% merit there, comparing them is not fair.
I just think you have to recognize like which one of the two is the bigger issue at hand. Like if you're going to like bring it up.
It's like when people try to say... It's like when people try to... What you about to say, Joe? I was cutting you off.
Oh, no, I was saying...
too, I'm sorry, yeah.
It's like sin in church. How some people say all sin is bad, all sin is on the equal same level, we judge all the same, except for maybe one or two other sins, but mostly for the most part, all sins are judged the same. That's how people deal with a lot of problems like that, and they try to group it in like that, and I don't think...
That's very true.
I mean, I lost my thought, but
I think that really does happen a lot. Like
I think that's where niggas get that one-to-one basis for on everything, because like in the Bible, it's put in everything. It's almost the same.
It's the exact same concept. Like they might not be thinking of it like for like a religious reason like that, but the principle of it is still the same. That basically what's bad is bad is bad is bad.
And like people, like for instance, we
know that these sins, there are levels to this shit.
That they got levels, yeah.
There's context and nuance, but I'm also starting to look at like racism. A lot of times we look at the media, they try to make it seem like the racists and the people fighting for equality are on the same level, and they're not.
No, absolutely not.
But that's part of it. People try to make a one-to-one and try to make it. It's not equal.
I think in that particular instance, not to cut you off, I'm so sorry, but I think that's like a question of like that's like a moral thing also. Like, I don't think the people who are fighting for racism have like a moral ground to stand on. You know what I mean?
They will argue, but people will compare them equally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you talk about Trump talking about the people with the tiki torches as if they should have as much like the moral as if they're just as right, when it's like, dog, you can't compare those two things, because son, that's wrong because of this, and this is people wanting equality. There's nothing that you can be negative about on the side.
Inequality,
you know what I mean?
And like and
but,
fairness and
but these niggas that make these people will make these conversations, these one-on-one conversations of this is this and this is that. I'm trying to think of. I didn't remember what it was. I mean, this dude was talking about. It might have been regarding. Oh, it was regarding the question of the day. As a matter of fact, when we get to the question of the day, this is gonna come all back around in circle. But is there a way I could dance around it? I'm gonna bring this back up in the question of the day.
We'll get
that part. But as far as when you talk about racism, son, white people always feel uncomfortable. The ones that's not on our side who don't get it, and many times, you know what I mean? When we talk about racism, we talk about homophobia, when we talk about sexism, at all times, whoever has the privilege tends to be defensive. Because instead of, like, many times we liken wrong and evil as the same things.
Yeah.
And a person don't want to make it seem like, well, I'm not evil. I wasn't taught evil. Even though, my nigga, it's not even that you're evil, but you might have been taught some things that was wrong.
You're indoctrinated like you got habits.
Indoctrinated. We've all been honestly, we've all been indoctrinated.
Every single person
under
in
the
this
same
country.
shit. It's when you're not what we've been indoctrinated to be is when you feel discomfort. You hear me? We all are indoctrinated into homophobia, for instance. When you're gay is when you realize, hold up, shit's fucked up. When you straight, you think they fucked up. True. You hear me? All us niggas, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, we get indoctrinated to be in a place of power. So like nowadays, when women say some shit that we like, not that we ain't comfortable with because it's not what's been the norm, we get defensive. Same with white people. It's like, it's funny when you look at them conversations and you can see the similarities in the person in power, the person with privilege, with their saying, dude, I swear to God, it almost be the exact same thing. Just take black out and put woman. Just take woman out and put gay. Just take gay out and put trans. You know what I mean? It's the exact defensive conversations every time. Or whatever. Who's about to say, Joe?
What was I about to say? Fuck, I forgot.
Let me ask you this. What if there's a conversation being had, let's say, about, all right, on social media, say Facebook, let's say somebody you know puts up a post about, okay, sexism is wrong, right? And here's what's wrong with it. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody has to talk about it. Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. Now, let's say somebody puts up a post about how, I don't know, about how let's say how we as African Americans, we have problems with like some parts of our culture, say like rap music, like it promotes violence or something. Like if the conversation starts on like the opposite end of like a hot topic, like would that be considered also like sort of being defensive?
I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Okay,
if a nigga being on the opposite end of how he feel, does it make him defensive if he feels like he's on the opposite end like that?
If he and like that, and if he like starts the conversation off, like not he's jumping right in the middle of a conversation about the opposite thing, but like if you start a topic about how like maybe some females might be toxic, you know what I'm saying? Is that also being defensive?
One, it's defensive if you're only making it because you're trying to dispute or trying to take down another. You know what I mean? If you, this bitch done pissed me off, let me put this up here.
So
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
kind of agenda then.
Well,
you know
let's
so some people have certain agendas because another thing too. Because one dude I was debating with on this topic on toxic masculinity, dog, is one thing to come into a space, and I'm not on that part. It's one thing to come into a space genuinely being like, I want to see this side, or this is how I feel. But if you have another side that can change it, I'm open to that. Versus this I feel, I'm about to show y'all how y'all wrong. Those are two different things.
That's what I'm saying though. Like if like somebody begins the conversation about that, like,
and also the wording matters. How you word what you're saying matters.
You're gonna have to expound on that because the first thing that comes to mind is like say like however you feel.
No, there's a difference between putting up a post and how it's gonna be received between niggas ain't shit versus man, this guy messed over me and this is why I don't trust men right now.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Like
that's what I'm saying. Wording matters.
If like you come into a space where people are talking about how niggas ain't shit basically, and here's why. If you come into that space and be like, well,
I ain't even say they even put a here's why up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, I mean that not withstanding at all.
Right.
But if you just go for this space and you start saying stuff like, you know, females are toxic also. Yes, that's defensive. You know what I'm saying? You have an agenda. I think that's obvious. But what if the situation is like you were the one who started the conversation? Like the very first post is females ain't shit because A, B, C, D, E.
Well, I guess
is that defensive?
No, but
it's not defensive, but it goes back to the writing, like you said.
It go back to my original. Like, I don't feel like you should even put up a topic that just says niggas ain't shit.
Of course,
but that's the point.
I'm just making like a general topic.
No.
Like,
I'm not. No, I'm explaining to you you just now you set up a background or something that didn't go behind females ain't shit. See what I'm saying?
Say it again.
What you said up.
You set up for the other thing. You said all these things, and then what you said set up for the example being, I just got hurt by a woman, and this is why I'm not feeling them. You feel me? That was the background that you set your statement up with just now.
Also, like
he didn't get it. He ain't getting it. Wait, you get what I'm saying?
Like, okay, what I'm actually trying to say is basically if a guy makes a post.
No, I understand your question. I'm about to answer it, but what I'm saying is you just threw us off because it was like one line and then you went left and it was like, wait, now that doesn't make sense.
Females and shit, but then I said females and shit because.
No, all right, so look, saying females ain't shit and men ain't shit, that title alone is like.
We try not to say females, women.
Women.
Women ain't shit, men ain't shit. To start off anything like that is gonna have a negative turn to it.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I
totally agree.
So we saying like nigga do understand the point of like if a nigga off the dump was like, man, like he said, I've been hurt by a woman, that's why I ain't feeling them right now.
Yeah.
And he starts it off like that.
And he explains.
So like wording versus wording women ain't shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That
word. That's why I'm saying wording
matters.
Yeah.
That like wording. Yeah.
But no. That's just.
Nigga, I think what Bats also get to is that we don't think it's we think it's okay that if a nigga like has that feeling.
I think in general culture right now, if a guy has that feeling, he'll be looked at as defensive regardless.
It depends on how. No, that's the thing. Do you often see a guy? See, first we jump the beginning of your thing. All right, from what Joe just said. First and foremost is how you word anything.
I agree.
You feel me? Yeah. So he explained that part. After you word it, because even if you put up something like, because once again, if I put up something that is regarded generally as something everyone agrees with, if I present it fucked up, the same people who agree with me gonna come for me.
I totally agree.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I can say to the topic of if a man started the conversation that a woman can be toxic, and here is why I think this, a person will have a conversation with you.
Okay.
Definitely, because most niggas don't word it that way.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, I've been time after time after time, debate after debate after debate, even reading niggas on. Niggas don't come from a position of
having just like real discourse
of actual conversation on it, or being like, explain this to me. Because once again, what I'm about to get to is I didn't know that toxic femininity. Like I felt like toxic femininity had to be a thing if you're gonna say that there's toxic masculinity.
I agree.
But I never knew necessarily how to define it. And like I said, and one thing I wanted to do was Google it, because what I was talking to Joe about earlier is oftentimes people have questions and they can just go find the answers, but they don't. They rather just stay with the question because they don't want to hurt themselves with what the answer might be. And I'm like, my nigga, if you really got that question, go find it, and then you might have a reason for it. But the other side of it, what I found out was like, here's an example of toxic femininity that makes absolute sense to me in the context of what toxic masculinity is. Like, if you try to make a girl be too girly, and she just like 5, and we make girls like pink, or we put girls in dresses, or we say you better be girl, you can't go play sports with the boys, or you can't go do this or that. That's toxic femininity, to tell a little girl what she can't do because that's what boys do. Because it's the same flip of like this girl I was about to say, this person gave me a great example of what toxic masculinity is to someone who might not get it. She said some men, this girl name is Kamisha Ware, some men are taught as young boys to be repressed. To repress all their emotions except anger. They're taught not to cry because they're boys, and boys don't cry. Little boys are bullied for being feminine. If they show too much emotion or walk or talk a certain way, for a boy being they show too much emotion or walk or talk a certain way. For a boy, being feminine is associated with being weak or a pussy. A little boy can't even show raw emotion, dream of being a male ballet dancer, or even like the color pink without being accused of acting like a girl. Toxic masculinity is not about bashing men or pushing a feminist agenda. Toxic masculinity is a term used to represent the stereotypes of masculine men that results in men and boys repressing their natural emotions just to fit into the role of what it is to be a quote-unquote man that is set by societal standards. And the same goes for women. There are stereotypical behaviors that we as women must emulate, or we will be labeled not girly enough, too independent, or butch, etc. I was like, bruh, that was one of the best explanations I've ever heard for that topic, dog. When I read, I was like,
that was one of the best definitions I heard.
Because too many times motherfuckers get defensive and offended and it's like, my nigga, it's not even about that. It's about this. This is what it's about. This is the root. The fact that, like we said, if a little boy say he won't be a ballet dancer, it's a problem. Us saying we won't be actors was fucking gay to niggas. You feel me? Gay. Why? And what's wrong with gay? All that shit. You feel me? And when the bro, I was like, thank you. Put it like that. Because I feel like the thing turns into males versus females instead of the topic at hand, which is let boys be open, let girls be open, let
like,
kids.
It's like really a question of just toxic culture in general.
Yeah.
Like, how we raise our kids.
How we raise our fucking
how
kids.
we really stifle their fucking emotions and, just natural states of being.
But here go the issue where the reason why toxic masculinity is such a bigger thing versus toxic femininity is because toxic masculinity is murdering people. There's nothing in toxic femininity that you could contribute to bodies. Toxic masculinity.
You don't know that.
We would. Because it'll make news. You feel me? Because we talking about the privileged positions. Right now, the males are in a privileged position. It's like being like it goes the same thing. Like, I'm going to pay attention to what you say about toxic masculinity because I'm a male. And I can see that's been a man's world. Shit has been unfair to niggas, unfair to women, etc. Y'all be on some fuck shit, women. Don't hide behind the fact that this is true to act like y'all are innocent and y'all don't do things. But that's the same thing when you talk about racism. Black people aren't saying that we're innocent. We're saying we want equality. And I feel like it's the same thing women saying. Women ain't saying we're innocent. They're saying, motherfucker, these are we want equality. And one of the reasons we don't get equality is because things like toxic masculinity teach the boys that we as women are weak. And that's all part of the fucking breakdown of it. It's just like, it's trippy. But we can't ignore the shit.
I think you're right about that, and I mean, maybe I'm just indoctrinated, like I might be.
We all are.
But I think,
A bitch is a bitch, and a
no.
No.
But I do think, never mind. Because I mean, you can basically say the same thing about like men too. Like, it's just, I don't give all women the credit of
being Mary Poppins.
No, nigga.
That's a statement, dog.
Like, I don't assume that all women are approaching this from a place of like they just want equality. I think there are some, and I mean, maybe it's just because of social media that I'm always seeing it. Like, I think there's just also like a lot of women who are doing it in the name of like they can't do anything wrong, like they're innocent and things like that. And it's like, nah, like not all of y'all are innocent and not all of us are innocent either. Like, people are just fucked up.
Yeah, but also you speaking from the point of privilege.
Okay,
and
I am.
And like when white people are talking, they say the same type shit of, I don't get it.
Well, just call me a racist then.
I'm not calling you a racist. I don't want you to get defensive right now. What I'm saying is, dog, like, take in to what's the problem of seeing it from the other side.
No. I do see it from the other side. That's the whole thing. So
I'm saying I don't think that a majority of women are going, we're innocent, because
I don't think that either.
You just said that.
But no. I didn't say that, and I don't think that. I don't think that it's the majority of women.
Okay, you said a lot.
Some.
You said some.
But you can't quantify a lot.
you can't quantify any of this shit. Like really, because it's just
man.
not. No, because no.
Well, then what are we
no,
talking?
no. You started your statement with I don't think all women. Blah blah blah. Then you said some, and then you said a lot. And I'm trying to see if you believe if it's the majority, then it's a problem.
Well,
if you think it's a minority, then it shouldn't even be spoken upon because that's the minority any fucking way.
But
I don't think there's
a voice.
I don't think
they have a voice, but they're not running shit compared to where you saying is it to be a problem.
I don't think
That's how white
it's.
folks feel about black folks.
Yeah, like
Huh?
I
We're a
don't.
minority.
I don't.
We're
think
minority as
that,
a whole, but only that's a whole other thing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with mentioning anything, even if it is the minority. But I do understand the context that there's a much larger majority that's the actual problem. You know what I'm saying? But like I said earlier, I think it's just because of just how I was raised and just what I've been seeing on the internet lately. Like there's just
You got to widen your view
there's,
then, because
there's women that warn me about other women.
yeah, I mean
know?
it's a bunch of shit you're saying that for one. Like I said, if we're gonna say this is a small amount of women that aren't looking for equality, but they're just pushing some agenda. If the majority aren't, then fuck them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
But also I think it's a double-headed coin because whether they push an agenda or not, it's all for like equality. So like it's for
he
the
said
benefit.
he don't think that this position is
think-
about equality. That's what I'm talking
I say
about.
even if it's not, even if there's some people that say there's not about equality, it's about their own agenda. It's an overall win that needs to happen.
Yeah, it's a win because that's the thing. Because the same thing you're saying is this too. Because I'm in a lot of these conversations. You talk about women, niggas never think we wrong. That's a constant thing. We don't never think we wrong, dog.
that's I don't know.
We don't never think we wrong.
I can.
And I'm talking about the no. Let me pause. Let me pause. The niggas that hop in these conversations, dude, nigga, I've been letting you fucking talk. I'm just throwing this in there before you go again, my nigga. I'm saying the niggas. I'm specifically talking about the niggas that come wanting to start fights. They don't ever bend. That's who I'm talking about. The ones that never want to bend. When they don't want bend, they don't want bend. Now you can continue. I want to throw context before you go, no. Let me say specifically what I mean first. Now you can say whatever you're saying.
I mean, I really think we're saying the same thing at the end of the day. Like, I just don't think... I really think we're saying the same thing. Like, I know that there's context. Like, there's a much larger majority that is the actual problem. Like I keep saying, like that's in the front of my head now. But I also don't think that that's it. People are so fucking impressionable. That's my main fucking problem.
People are impressionable.
Like people, there is like, I just don't like the fact that the toxic part of all this shit, like women who actually do want to use this whole movement in the wrong way. Even though they're a minority, they still have a voice. And like there's like a lot of other women that are like latching onto it. And I think that's just...
So you saying that it's a toxic thing to the movement that could spread if motherfuckers keep giving it his attention?
It might not spread in terms of like taking over the actual movement, but it's just a very crappy side effect.
I think that we shouldn't take the small things like that and expound them to like have it be a representative voice for the rest of it. I
don't think it is.
You know? Like,
I think that's putting words in my mouth, kind of. Like, I'm not trying to say that they're gonna represent like the whole movement.
No, but you saying that they exist is very shitty, and they have a voice, and women are latching onto it, and so it kind of implies that they're kind of growing, or like at least the fact that they're here, they're a staple, even though they're like a minority, they're a small little country in a bigger country, they're still here.
So like we shouldn't even mention that.
I'm just saying that like in everything there's always some bad apples. So like
we just shouldn't even mention the bad apples.
I'm not saying don't mention the bad apples. I'm saying if they so minute, what's the point? Like what shine you trying to give them right now if the majority ain't on that shit unless you feel the majority is?
Unless we gonna shit on them.
Nah, I definitely don't think it's the majority of them. I don't think I'm trying to like give them any like attention, but it's just something that just kind of popped up into my mind. Like I can't remember what it was I saw. Because it's just so many of them.
But going back to the nigga that you said, the niggas, some of the niggas that just don't bend, and going back to the way where we started all about this with power. Power is addictive.
Yeah, it's drugs.
And
especially when you don't realize you got it.
Over fucking eons of power, to let that bitch go, just for a little bit.
Even a little bit of it.
will crumble a nigga's future existence.
Subconsciously, a lot of times
like,
too.
Yeah, it would like really break a person down.
Because the thing is, once you also admit it to equality, you also got to admit that you were wrong for eons ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And white folks don't want to take 400 years.
Oh, that my mom.
Niggas got to take centuries.
And
I totally agree with that.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's some real shit, Joe, to bring up. We're 3 men talking about this topic, and you got, and that's the. Most times, dog, like I often say this. I told this to Joe earlier. Like, my road into the quote unquote oppression Olympics, my road into trying to understand misogyny and homophobia and transphobia started with me understanding oppression as a black man, just as a black person. You feel me? That's I
can start at home first.
Yeah. That's where it started. And that's the way it is.
Right.
That's the way it is. You know what I mean? You know, like we have gay friends now, but when we didn't have gay friends, there's certain things we didn't understand about that community, how they think, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the way we were taught about them and the shit that we were spread about
That's
them.
wrong. The way we're indoctrinated. And if you're talking about women, dog, we get taught to conquer women before we get taught to be their friend or to listen to them. We get taught a whole bunch of shit is us versus them a lot of times in this society and shit. So it's
For the
even
longest, women were looked at as companions.
come on, some accessories or whatever the fuck. So it's like that's when it comes to when women say, just like when black people tell white people, when we talking, please just listen to what we saying and try to understand. When women are running some shit, like the very first, I didn't hear about toxic masculinity till I grew the fuck up. And
real talk, a lot of women fight for more of men's issues of dealing with their own like internal issues that in our own community. Like they don't even say like they don't tell us how to deal with it, but they do tell us to address it. And we don't really. When we say something to women, most times it don't sound like we're trying to help them with the issue or the address. It's always like we're pointing the finger of blame because we don't want to address it.
We're getting defensive most times, and damn, I lost my fucking thought. But fuck it, new thought. Like
we still haven't even introduced this podcast.
Nah, we didn't. But I want to finish my what my fucking thought was. But like it's just like we oftentimes as men we get defensive often, but we don't even see it as we're oppressing. You know what I mean? That we're doing oppressing and we're oppressing, we don't even realize it. We say the same thing about white people. They oppress us a lot of times and they don't even fucking realize it. So like I said, when gay people are talking about the issues, I just try to listen. I'm not trying to necessarily fight you or show you, oh, here's that bad gay person that looks bad for you guys.
Right.
I
think that is the fucked up part about it all. Like I say in the very beginning, if you go into a space that basically you think it's the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? And you try to like throw your shit in there like, well, what about the bad gays?
Yeah.
Basically, that's fucking garbage.
But that's what I'm saying to you right now. You can't bring up the the women that talk about toxic masculinity. Like you said that there's certain women that be representing as like the bad women. And I'm like, son, fuck them. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, fuck them. But
fuck
I mean,
them.
I just can't remember the context of, well, first of all, I didn't mention it to try to like bring down the actual like talk that we were having about, you know, how, you know, niggas is toxic in some ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my intention. I can't remember, like, what sparked me to think about that. I think it was just the thread that I was thinking about that I was talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying, with the fucking double standard of some kind. You know, I was just putting that out there. But, I mean, nah, totally. Like, I still think that we agree, you know, in general.
And there's some shitty niggas in this world. There's some shitty chicks in this world.
Yeah, they do. But
and there's some people who use advantages from both sides. One I don't think comes from like because women do have things they use that they own advantage that comes with them. But I mean, I like.
You gotta recognize your privilege. You gotta recognize your power.
Yeah.
And in certain instances, double standards are necessary. Like that's one thing I had to learn too. Like I had to learn this. Certain double standards are there because. Certain double standards are there because the one side of the flip been getting over for so fucking long. You hear me? So it's like a white person can't be like, oh, there's so many things that I feel like white man, you can't tell me shit about this particularly being a double standard after all the shit you've been doing. So at times when women whoop that, and I used to often be like, but no, this is. I start to calm down because I used to be like, because I'm about fairness, dog. So like even when like I understand I'm supposed to listen to you, but at times it's been so unfair to black people, to women, to gays. Because I'm fighting some straight super homophobic nigga about gay issues, and he running all this shit about gay people are everywhere on TV right now. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? They just compared to straight people. It's the same. And that's when women, and as a man, once again, that's where my My bias will always go to my straightness and to my my maleness, because that's where my power lies. That's where my privileges lie. So I gotta often check myself when someone of the oppressed is talking to try to see, well, I might be thinking wrong.
I feel like this, though. Like, when the victims are talking, I generally don't say shit about it, dog. Like, if this is y'all's problem, I really cannot say I know how you feel.
But that's only the start.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's only the start. The other side of it
is not to put in a conversation. The next start is to listen. And after that is to do.
And not even just to listen. Before you even get to do, it's to listen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen first.
It's to self-check.
Yeah.
You got to self-check, because I can sit up in here, like, okay, I'm going to throw myself into this one. Like, the term, like, I won't call a woman a female. And what's funny is this. Funny enough, I always grew up hearing niggas say females. It's not a term that I even use coming up. It wasn't one, it wasn't one of them Bats words. But I never thought of it as being harmful, because the niggas I grew up using, like, they use it interchangeably with, like, woman, chick, whatever the fuck. It wouldn't be like, and a lot of times women were like, no, the only time a man uses when they say something negative about females. And I'm saying, even if that's your experience, fine, but that just hasn't been my experience. So, but
I was chilling with this female last night.
But if women come to me and be like, if the deal is, no, this is offensive to us, I'm just not gonna call you a female. Fine, even if I don't get it. But the other part of it is, even if I'm sitting in this space and they're having this conversation in their women's group about females or whatever, and I ain't trying to argue whatever, that's one, like we say, that's the beginning. But I also gotta, in my mind, try to meet them try to see, why do you think this way? Why is it wrong? Because I'm not right because I just think I'm right because that's how it's always been. It used to be slavery, nigga. So I can't think because things always been this way, that means I'm right. If even if it's 2018 and times have changed, I need to realize, okay, maybe times have changed.
Yeah, like
you feel me?
Have to, evolve your fucking way of, behaving and thinking.
But it's on me to make that make sense for me, because it's not doing nobody a favor for me to just
say it and you don't feel it.
And don't feel it.
It's like, I spew this shit because I know people say it's right and I don't want to be on the wrong
because then I can't explain it to the next motherfucker that's worse off than me. You feel me? I'm going to explain it.
I think there is a lot of that also.
Niggas not understanding their shit.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of niggas also just like agreeing to go with it.
Just to like go with what's like,
What everyone says is right.
Yeah.
They might feel differently or
don't
know how they feel, but he going to go with it because it's a safe move for them.
And that's irresponsible.
Which is a fund of... It's responsible, yes.
It's irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
It's irresponsible to not tell. You might not realize, not saying you, general you. Person might not realize, this is a survival tactic. I realize it's irresponsible to just adapt without understanding why you're adapting or for not making it make sense to you at the very least.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I think it's beyond irresponsible. I think it's a bitch move, nigga.
I think it's a bitch move also.
I can't call it a bitch move because
you straddling the fence.
The only reason I can't call it a bitch move is for the fact of I don't think a lot of us are aware that we're making it. A bitch move is you
subconsciously make a bitch move.
Okay, I did subconscious bitch move. I call it subconscious bitch move.
To the law.
Nah, but I call a bitch move. A direct bitch move.
Direct bitch move.
You hear me? It's not
direct.
Indirect
bitch move.
You hear me?
Because you a bitch nigga.
I will put you a bitch
No. I'm not gonna say that makes you a bitch nigga. I'm not gonna say that makes you a bitch nigga.
You're a subconscious bitch nigga.
Nah.
You don't know you're a bitch nigga. But you're a bitch nigga.
You're subconscious.
Then none of us know we're a bitch nigga because I think we've all been there.
So we are all bitch.
We've all been. I guess part of being indoctrinated in America is to have a subconscious bitch ass
nigga.
Man, we gotta ban the bitch ass niggas.
Yep.
You hear me?
In ourselves.
Well, we're to ban in ourselves. It starts with at home. It starts at home.
Man in the mirror.
Michael been trying to fix us.
Mike been trying to fix us. Now we can get into the show official. Fuck it. Hopefully we've gotten to the bottom.
Hope you guys like that 40-minute fucking intro.
The interlude to the album.
Hey, it is what it is, man. You get a lot of that on side B.
The prelude, the interlude's in the middle.
Oh, word.
Well, see, we getting each other right on all the chords today. What's jam, dog? This is that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Spell that Mr. out or you ain't gonna find me. And as usual, I'm here with my brothers.
Live from the motherfucking nether realm. This your boy D-Mac. And you can fuck with me on Instagram. That's FrenchBread.kid. And follow my super super sweet, clean line of apparel that's called You Dig.
You dig?
It is hot right now. And you can follow that also on Instagram. That's at YADIG with dots in between it because it's an acronym. And we got one more brother in the building.
Posse wine, it's your boy AlphaJoe, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the rule, and I'm out here cutthroat balling like O.J. Simpson. What's ham, bash? His side A. It's what, 55?
Episode 55,
Nickel,
side
nickel.
A. This is the Fly with the Bats podcast because I don't even think motherfucker even introduced the show or nothing.
But if you're a fan and if you tune in by 54, you know who we are.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So this is side A, and as usual on side A, man, we get into the the lighter side of things, man. We start things off with that starter section. After that starter section, we get into that Bats NerdOut moment. After the Bats NerdOut moment, we got some Joe Sports shit today that you want to run something about.
I got a few things to talk about.
All right, so we got Joe Sports Corner. After that question of the day, and then we tell y'all to flip it on over to side B, where you could get that etouffee of the day. You hear me? After that, we got that Daily Dose America,
which is your friendly reminder of just where you live and just who in the fuck you dealing with.
Yeah.
You dig?
Then it's that hero highlight. This is the time where we take time and shine light on someone who's doing good in the world of pure D.
Fuckery. And then we get out here for the next couple. So before we get into the show, man, first shouts out to all the podcasts that we be shouting out.
Here we go.
I'm not gonna start with the obvious.
Here we go.
Get to
the scroll.
The Misbelief Radio Show podcast, hosted by DC Paul. Check him out at Who is DC Paul.
Check.
The We'll Figure This Out podcast with Jay Skills and the Wonder Rhymer. The
Check.
Brooklyn Ladies of Therapy Noir with Roxy and El Michelle.
Check.
The Black the Metal Hand of God, the homie
Check. Kyle.
After that, we got who else we shout out? Fuck What You Heard podcast.
Check.
The Three the Hard Way podcast.
Check.
Black Guys Next Door podcast.
Check.
Brains to Books podcast.
Check.
Or is it Books to Bills podcast? Or is it Brains? I always fucked their podcasts up, and I am subscribed. I gotta go find it out. I'm gonna read the scroll, dog. We got the Hip Hop Nerd podcast.
Check.
And besides our brothers that I'm about to get to, is that everybody?
On the Lake. Is it,
On the Lake.
On the Lake with Sherelle Palmer.
But they didn't start it yet.
I think they got one up right now. I think.
I don't know.
Well, coming soon. And last but not least, the goddamn motherfucking Your 30 podcast with Marty and an arrogant observer. Yeah. So
it's what's that? Wheels and the Fat Man.
Yeah, man. That's our peoples, man. We love them niggas. And currently, we are in a 6 Degrees to Black Panther challenge.
And the nigga they gave us is Shamal Moore.
So, first and foremost, I gotta give them niggas all the props for connecting that Jing Long Dong or whatever the fuck. They connected that nigga, dog. Both of them. And I was like, Lord, y'all connected this ancient motherfucking martial arts
actor
dude to Black Panther, dog. Great job. Now, I need to hear what Marty got for us because for some reason, Arrogant Observer thought throwing us this dude, he's WDSU's correspondent, Charles Divins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's WDSU's.
Yeah. He's like, dog. And I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
That's some funny shit, son.
I'm not gonna even lie to you, son. I was like, wait, hold up. Did you threw an anchor at us?
Right. Is that even an actor?
Yeah. I mean, like, an anchors count, bitch. Wow. But you know when you do a little research through that IMDb, you find that Pretty Boy Charles has been in a few things, dog.
Oh, what up, pretty boy?
He was in Passions.
Wow.
He was Until We Stop Having Fun. And see, whenever I see a black ass show, like half and half.
Up, and that's where you done fucked up.
That's where you done fucked up. You hear me? So once we go to half and half, dog, you see who else is in the damn cast with him. And we see the homie.
I got 2 already.
Oh, easy. So we start with half and half starred Essence Atkins. Essence Atkins with her black ass has been in so many things. What do we want to? What do we even want to go here?
I mean,
it's black people, dog. It's over.
It's black people, dog. It's black people, son. So I think I'm gonna go with House of Pain.
That's what I was gonna
say. She was in House of Pain, dog. And you know who else was in House of Pain? My nigga my nerve. What's his name? Alan Payne?
Alan Payne.
Alan.
The homie
Yeah.
Alan Payne. And Alan Payne was in what? New Jack City, right?
Right.
With motherfucking Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You
recall
feel me?
that.
You recall that, right?
Yeah, I do.
And Wesley Snipes was in the Blade trilogy.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And
I'm with
the Blade trilogy also encompassed, who was that? Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds. He was
Blade 3.
Blade 3
Amazing.
had motherfucking Ryan Reynolds in that. And Ryan Reynolds, let me find the name of this movie,
Who
dog.
is that? Like, what was he in?
That's goddamn Deadpool, nigga.
Right.
Easy money. So Ryan Reynolds was in this movie. I want to get the name of it correctly because it was also a comic book movie. Where is it? The criminal that is selfless. Was it selfless? No, it wasn't selfless. R.I.P.D. Now he was in this movie called R.I.P.D. and also starred where my nigga at Jeff Bridges. No, that's not. I'm looking for Kevin Bacon. I could go that route. I could have sworn. That also starred. It's the one RPD with. I guess I'm wrong then. Well, I'm gonna just go with Jeff Bridges because I could have sworn Samuel L. Jackson was in that bitch. But I'm gonna go with Jeff Bridges because Jeff Bridges.
I thought he was in this shit
R.I.P.D.
too.
Right? I could have sworn Samuel L. Jackson because I know Ryan Reynolds was in a movie with Sam L. And I was like, how about that?
No, like, you're not crazy.
I'm
like,
not-
I vaguely recall, like,
Yeah,
feeling like Sam was in that.
It's fine. I'm gonna go with Jeff Bridges who was in Iron Man. Iron Man Part 1 is Obadiah Stane, the big bad guy in Iron Man. And from there, you can just make your own connections to the Marvel Universe. It's
All right,
Iron
let
Man
me go
1 who
universe.
made everything happen.
Let me
You
go
don't
back.
think Tony was in Infinity War with Black Panther, who was in Black Panther?
Let me go back. Let me go. Let's go half and half again. Let me go back.
Go back. You going back half and half
Yeah,
on these
I'm gonna pick
niggas?
one,
You
I'm gonna
about to
pick
get
one.
him,
I'm about-
AlphaJoe?
I'm about to slice that ass.
All right. So
alright.
who was in half and half? That
I
you
want to
got
get the daddy.
the
I like
daddy.
that. Yeah.
Who the daddy was? We find the daddy. So
So,
see full cast. Who the daddy? We got Essence Atkins. We got Rachel True, Chico Benjamin, Thelma Hawkins,
Yeah, yeah,
Alec.
he's down.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
The homie right here. What's his name? Oh, for my white
yeah.
people. White people. Oh, Babatunde.
Oh, Baba Tunde.
Oh, where you going? Oh, how he been in everything? Temptation, he been in everything.
Bruh.
Miss Evans, he been in everything. He been in everything.
Son,
Take your
I
pick.
feel like I don't even gotta do this, dog. You know, dog. I can pick any fucking movie I want to, dog.
God
It's
damn,
over,
he's been
son.
in everything,
You can stop it
dog.
right there.
We
No,
can
so
stop
you
it right
gotta
there.
connect them. You gotta
gonna
connect
connect
them.
them, bro, dog?
You gotta
Stitch it
connect them,
together.
son.
Stitch
This
it
nigga
together.
All right,
been
let me
in
stitch
so
together.
much shit.
Let me stitch together real funny. Okay,
Freeway.
real funny.
Freeway.
He was in Black
All right, so check
Dynamite,
this out.
NCIS.
Check this out. Check this out. Here we go.
Stitch it together.
Oba Babatunde
Go with doing that.
was in the Dorothy Dandridge movie
Boom.
with Halle Berry.
With Halle.
Halle Berry
What else?
was. I'm just freestyling this shit out the dump.
Dome,
Halle Berry was,
doming
in
them.
a movie
What it
with
is?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. Yep.
And Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball, you heard
Billy
me?
Bob Thornton
Who that is?
was in a movie with Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac, what it
and
called?
Bad
Bad Santa,
Santa.
bitch.
You know what I'm
You heard
saying?
me, you heard me?
Dig right there.
You did.
I love Bad
Keep
Santa.
going. And then Bernie Mac was in
Bernie
what?
Mac was in a movie
What it
with
called?
Don Cheadle
Oceans?
called Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11, motherfucker.
And
My goodness.
Don Cheadle was in
What that?
Iron Man 2.
What that mean?
And every other sequel with Iron Man in it.
If you're Tony in that bitch, Don Cheadle in that
And
bitch.
Don Cheadle's in that motherfucker. Don Cheadle was right there next to who? Chadwick Boseman. Black Panther.
Black Panther, because he was in, remember when Don Cheadle went, he visited
He been
Wakanda.
Wakanda. Found out he could have been had the
Good ass legs.
You got
You got the crutches, the metal crutches, and nigga could have gave you full blown working legs. Nigga was shot in his spine.
You got legs, magical
got-
legs.
You hear
Lieutenant
me?
Dan.
Come on, son. Come on.
Dog.
That was actually
You're 30.
really good.
Come
Off
on,
the
you're
free
30.
ski.
That
See,
was
and the thing
really
is,
nice.
3 shows in a row, Marty been saying he has somebody to throw at us that we won't get. And Lawrence keeps saying, no, I got it. No, I got it. No, I got it. No, you don't, Lawrence. You
That's what
don't
happens
got it.
You don't
when
have
you're
the
too
answer.
arrogant. Observer.
my goodness.
I bone them. Poach.
Observe your arrogance.
So who we gonna toss to them? Where we want to go, bro?
I mean, there are so many choices.
where do we want to go? I want to make it. I want to make it hard.
I mean, we gotta go abstractimus.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Let's go abstract.
I mean, let's make it hard, bro. Let's go with man. What's this movie?
I mean, since they're giving us anchors and stuff, I guess it's just free reign on media figures,
Like a
then,
homeless
right?
nigga.
No, but I'm not gonna do that to him. I'm gonna give L Dub the benefit of the doubt to say this much, that he already must have seen that nigga on Passions or something.
What about the little kid from The Life of Pi?
I don't want to do that because the life of Pi is so big, but I like the direction you're going. What's his nationality? It's going to get some foreign film.
I think he's like Indian or something.
So let's go find us an Indian film.
Okay.
One day in 186 degrees, I'm going to connect these niggas to like a grip or something. Or like a nigga.
No. Don't stop. Be cool. Stop. That's... Don't say that on air, nigga, because that's how you supposed to do it, son. Like, no, shh.
Silencio.
We can do that this time, bitch. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, so who you gonna give them, y'all?
Have a dope farm movie that y'all probably never seen.
Oh, let's look it up on IMDb. What's the name of it?
Y tu mamá
También.
Y tu mamá también.
That joint?
Oh yeah, great fucking movie.
Okay, no, let's see. Lawrence has seen it. Come on, but let's see who we can. Let's see full cast.
If Lawrence hasn't seen it, I'd be surprised.
Okay, no, see now, this is what I'm not gonna do. So, you just said that name on there, right? Fuck that. That just gave us a start, but no, we're not gonna make it that easy. Shh. We're not gonna give you the name. We're gonna go this direction. So I found this random ass act. I'm gonna find some random movie he was in, like this. Just some random shit. Now let's see who else worked on this movie. Bitch, y'all gonna work for this one. I don't care. Y'all gonna work for this one.
You gonna give us an anchor.
You gonna give me an anchor? A goddamn anchor? Who else worked on this thing? Y'all person is Marissa Amenta.
There you go.
Marissa Amenta.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Have fun.
Marissa Amenta.
Spell that Marissa out or you won't find her.
All right, so yeah, that was, we handled that business. Okay, before we get to start section, we have some other business. We got us email.
Oh, word? What's up?
Shouts out to Naja. She emailing back again. Big ups. Hey, y'all, it's Naja. Just tossing in that the name of that shapeshifter who couldn't remember what he looks like. Who's this for? Let me make sure that's the one to us. My character. Oh, no, this is to both of us? Hold up. Let me make sure that, nope, this is to reviewing that lightning. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought it was both of us. First out of the fact that they're all intelligent. I could have sworn we had one, though. I'll come back to that. But what we do have that's cool is we have some reviews that I didn't even know was there. They're not long, but I appreciate y'all people who took the freaking time to write us a review. They gave us, it was like gave us a 5-star.
Thanks.
You can write a match on that bitch if you want to.
Ray the Nerd said, enjoy listening to the Black Lightning discussions. Nope, that's not the part I wanted. There we go. Ray said, enjoy listening to the Black Lightning discussions. Mars504 says, this is my favorite local podcast. Love these three brothers. I need my nerd out moments weekly. I'm going to just say Big Z says, dope show, son, so fun to listen to you guys. And Drewski Wynn says, great podcast, brothers. Please, I would love if you mark them as chapters so I can keep up with the topics too. Also on YouTube, on there, some dude wrote that they listened to us to get through like drives. He was like a truck driver.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a truck driver dude. Because I forget oftentimes that like all our things post automatically to our Gumbo Monster 504 YouTube page. Yeah. And I don't know what I was doing one day, and I went through it, and I was like, wait a minute, like people are be quiet. People are like commenting on here, and I gotta start checking like on the YouTube page even because you never know.
You never know who watching.
Who might be watching, who might be hollering. But like we appreciate y'all listening. Yeah. Please keep listening. Please keep rocking. Please to all you people that thank you to all y'all people that gave us 5 stars. Yeah. That helps. Tell your people, share, like, share. Well, I said share. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You feel me? Let them know that we here.
We're doing stuff.
We out here, son. We got it all for you. So, like, without further ado, let's get to that starter section.
DJ, play that song.
And Naj, I got you on the review on that show for this joint right here. But yeah.
Lying about how much you had made. Rumors and shit that you handmade. Would you buy this if I sold that? Hey, what the hell is my soul at? The American need for American green is America's greed. That's the American dream. Black America too busy chasing white American dreams. But we sleep, so let's everybody eat and repeat. Work, where the fuck the cheese? Where the mozzarella at? Tell me where it be.
Started section. So apparently Jamie Foxx just got accused of slapping his dick in this woman's face like 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
How y'all feel about that?
Context first. What happened?
Well, first, before context, just off the hearing that title alone, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, if you was able to slap a dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, and nah, certain things we get.
Oh wait, hold up. I think this is the email, and I think I was been supposed to speak on it. Yep. I wasn't tripping. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. We do have one for this show. Salutations, y'all. It's Naja, and I swear one day you guys gonna get tired of me laugh out loud. But I really enjoyed episode 54, side B, and I just want to sprinkle my opinion in the sauce. That's the last one we did, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
See, I ain't tripping.
On our heels, baby. All right.
In the preamble, you guys were talking about business and debates and communication. There can be no successful business or debate if communication is absent or just off. If you start a business with family, friends, or strangers, you need to immediately set boundaries and rules. Always find a way to make things as clear as possible because the human mind will find a loophole in anything. Someone has to have the final say, whether it is one person or majority rules kind of deal. These things need to be hashed out at the very beginning so that when/if something or someone gets out of pocket, there's a guideline in place to handle it. That's one part of the email. How you feel about that?
I totally do.
100.
I was touched by the human mind will find a loophole to anything.
True
son.
that.
Like, that
Right.
shit is so true, son.
That put the piece de la resistance for them.
Like,
Yeah.
you could really make anything, like, you can find a reason for anything.
Anything.
Basically, son.
So things got to be set,
Yeah.
understood, and
Yeah.
that's some real
Part
shit.
of the fucking human mind even like would go to find that loophole.
That's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
You will come up with anything, so that's the reason why things gotta be clear.
Yeah.
Her next part, D-Mac. I envy your ability to remember the details of your dreams so vividly. I've been interested in dreams and lucid dreaming for a long time, and so far I can't do it. Here's my opinion on your dream. You may have found something in yourself recently that you may or may not have known was there, waiting for the right time to show itself. It seems to me that you may have spoken of it to some people and they paid you no mind, but you were okay with that. Just that fact that you had something this awesome inside you was enough at the time. You may have gotten to a point where you thought it was time to break out and let people know about your awesomeness, but those creatures in the water, self-doubt maybe, made you hesitate. Then you woke up. The dream could mean lots of things or nothing at all. But either way, you don't let naysayers or doubts hold back what you have going on. You dig?
I thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very motivation. That's very motivation now. You heard me.
What the fuck is she? A psychiatrist? A psychic?
She must be some kind of deity. Because
Right.
I be feeling crazy sometimes. So I really appreciate that.
And the last part of the email is, I would get into the church business, but as a woman who grew up in a pretty strict religious setting, I could write a damn dissertation, so I'll leave that to y'all. Anyway, thanks for entertaining my foolishness and keep putting out these fire-ass episodes.
Thank you.
100. You got that.
Thank you, Naja. Appreciate you for listening. You
Yes.
the shit, you the shit, you the
You
shit,
are.
you the shit.
Tell your buddies to
are
come
the
listen too.
Yeah, man.
I guess we're doing something right, guys.
Yeah, man.
Now back to Jamie Foxx's dick.
Back to
Yes.
Jamie
What the
Foxx
fuck is going on with this?
slapping women with dicks.
I just thought it was so funny, dog. I was like, dog, I was like, Jamie Foxx slapping dick in him. It was too funny for me. It was funny as fuck. I was on the ground laughing like this is material now. Cause anything, dog. Now if you put context to it, it makes it even more funny. Cause it happened in a club.
It happened in the club.
And
Okay, so like what
This
exactly?
This what DC said.
What
He
happened?
said, I wonder what kind of dance moves we were doing at the time where you had to be eye level to a penis. Like,
I didn't hear that it happened in the club, but we got the story that's up right now.
Yeah,
and-
like what's the actual story?
Oh, behind go front. When I first heard the story, I laughed my ass off. You can't not laugh. The thing, like,
you
what?
slapped his dick in someone's face?
I mean,
Let's-
You let him whip it
sounds
out
like
and then
your-
slap it?
Now, like,
Okay.
because
Give me a timeline, yo.
I'm gonna read the article, but I already know how I feel about it from reading it before. And okay, we're gonna get to the article first. All right, TMZ first report that a woman has accused the actor and singer of slapping her with his genitalia nearly 16 years ago. An accusation that the star has refuted as an absurd lie. TMZ first reported the allegations. Law enforcement said that the accuser told the police last week that she and a friend were attending a party at the star's place in Las Vegas in 2002 when he tried to get her to perform oral sex. She claims that when she refused, Jamie hit her in the face with his penis. After the alleged attack, the accuser said that one... Stop, laughing, stop, stop. After the alleged attack, the accuser said that one of Foxx's friends told her that she had to leave. The woman said that she had to go to the hospital the next day once she returned to Los Angeles to get treatment for a panic attack. Foxx's attorney, Allison Hart, told TMZ that Jamie emphatically denies that this incident ever occurred. The star, in fact, according to Hart, intends to file a report with the Las Vegas Police Department against the accuser for filing a false police report against him. The first time Jamie became aware of this woman's absurd claims about an incident that supposedly occurred 16 years ago was when TMZ contacted his representatives about the story on Tuesday. The alleged incident was not reported to law enforcement in 2002 or at any other time in the last 16 years until last Friday because the incident never happened, Hart said. Sources with law enforcement told TMZ that Vegas police have listed the case as open, although the statute of limitations, 3 years in Nevada, has long since run its course. As for the accuser, she said that she was inspired by the hashtag MeToo movement to file a police report and wanted the alleged incident documented in case other accusers came forward.
And this is one of them bad apples.
Woo!
To me, this is one of them bad apples.
Woo!
I'm not gonna say anything.
This is one of them bad apples. You telling me like, oh, you don't give him sex? So he was like, so he hit me with it. He was like, bah. Well, I don't get it. So you were down there looking at it, and he was like, I ain't about to suck this. You ain't about to suck it, huh? Bah!
That still does not diminish.
It doesn't seem possible.
I don't know, dog.
It doesn't seem possible where you say you refuse oral sex, and then he hits you with his penis.
If it's true,
in your face.
I think it's possible because this is the thing is this. Anything can happen if you get all the information. You know what I mean? If there's a reason why she was on, like there's other people that's there that could probably add context to the situation. I don't take they take it as any less absurd. But what I'm saying is I won't say it's impossible that she was in a position. She could even be leaving out that maybe she did agree to suck the dick, got down there, and the last man decided she didn't want to suck the dick. Then he got mad because bitch, you agreed to suck the dick. What you doing? And then he might have hit her with the fucking dick and said get out. I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. It's that's not impossible. What I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
So check this out.
That's not impossible.
No, it's not at all. Not at fucking all.
Neither give me your own stuff head. But like,
what I'm just saying,
like
if I give, but that's an extreme. What I'm saying is not even that extreme for a woman to agree to do something, decide, you know what, I don't want to do this. A nigga feels some kind of way. He hit her in the face with his dick. Not even trying to hit her.
Nigga, he hit her with his dick.
But I'm saying, in order to not hit it out of first, because the thing is, I know a lot of women that like getting slapped in the face with dick. I'm sorry. Like, I just slapped some faces that enjoyed that shit, that wanted that shit. So
you think he gonna try this because she might like it?
No, I don't think he tried it because he liked it. It's one of those non-aggressive, aggressive maneuvers. It's like he could say, I didn't hit her. You could always have you can have plausible deniability in that situation because it's sexual. I hit her with my dick. And just we can say there's women that like that. You have a way out. And it could have been something, even in his position, he probably didn't even realize he was going to do it. If you frustrated and drunk and the chick says she going to suck your dick and then she decided not to and pulled it out, he probably just did the shit and then, felt, you know what I mean? What I take from it on some real shit is
some kind of psychosis you can have from it.
Not even a psychosis. I'm just saying it sounded like he was being a jerk in the moment. I don't think it warrants this. All of this. Like they said 16 years ago, if you would have brought it up, it made because not like. And
he also denies this shit hard. Like he said, this never.
And I understand that you shouldn't victim blame. I understand that in any person's position, even that at the time, if I heard a woman, my sister or somebody, you know what I mean, got hit in the fucking face with a dick and disrespected and kicked out of the fucking party, I would say that's some fucked up shit. That's a dick move. But I feel like it's also a dick move of you to bring it up 16 years later beyond the statute of limitations. You're not trying to do anything but hurt his image. He's never had any issues like this come up about. I can see if someone else said something recent and then you came with your story from the past to give context. Though no, he has done things. But you're the first and you brought up a 16-year ago thing that if it's true, he was being a dick. But come on.
Right. Even him being a dick wasn't worthy of news.
It's not right. Not now. Not like once again.
Not now, dog. Like you, you have no police report either.
You didn't do it because you didn't think at the time it was worthy of a police report.
Exactly.
16 years ago, he was less of a star than he is now.
Right. Way less of a star.
Way less of a fucking star.
And probably way less evolved. I wish you would judge me for something I did 15. I could change nigga.
In 01?
For me now, 15 years ago is like 15 years old. Like really?
For real.
But also like. This story seems a little too familiar. it seems like it's almost copied from like real issues of women like who go to these parties. Because it seems like if I had to put on paper how to set a nigga up, I could say I went to a party that they were throwing. You know what I'm saying? We went to his room. I wanted to do something. They didn't. That is like a fucked up formula that can be used.
I'm not saying it's not true though.
And I'm saying that this to me might be from reading this without all the details and really listening to this person's story from her and her telling her full detail to it. Just from reading this, I feel like there's a little formula there to this.
I don't know if I fully agree, but you got merit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I understand where you're coming from and how you came to your conclusion. I just don't know if I agree with it fully. But I will say this: I kind of see where you coming from with that shit. Like, I think that's a very unfortunate side effect. Right. I think this whole story is an unfortunate side effect because that's what's frustrating me, especially as a man trying to stick up for like people with this Me Too movement shit.
And Jamie Foxx has a good character with women so far that we know.
Know of, but maybe we should do some Google, maybe we should do some research because I'm gonna say from what I know. Maybe if I look this up, Jamie might have some previous things. I don't fucking know. But what I want to say is this, dog. Like, the bad apples, like there've been a couple of women recently that have admitted to lying on niggas that they said raped them. Like, there's two different stories popped up recently. And I'm saying that these type of stories only give more power to the niggas I gotta talk to get them to understand. No, you need to listen to this situation because these niggas, once again, we talked about the top of this podcast of not wanting to bend, not wanting to hear, feeling attacked, feeling like,
because, Minaj just said they looking for any fucking loophole.
Right? Yeah. So it's hard to get through to them when they got these type of stories to cite, even if these stories are the minority. Because if you look it up, women that lie about it are the extreme minority. Mm-hmm. More women just don't report because they feel like no one will listen. That is the majority. You feel me? And very few niggas even go to jail or get in trouble. Yeah. So that don't even make a woman want to. Like, if I'm a woman and I know a nigga ain't gonna go to fucking jail, or a nigga gonna call me a liar and then cite all the reasons why these minority bitches who did lie got me looking fucked up, I'll be less likely to want to say anything either. And then you live in a world where women trying to be strong, because once again, that's that toxic femininity to tell a woman that, damn, you gotta be the strongest nigga in the world. But sometimes it's all right for all of us to be soft. Mm-hmm. We can all be soft, man. That's toxic in general to say that people can't be soft. Sometimes, man, like, you know what I mean? Be vulnerable, take your process. You don't gotta harden up necessarily. Yeah. And I'm not trying to tell you how to be. I'm just saying there's other options.
It's balance to all this shit.
You feel me? So it's just frustrating when you get to this story. And what's funny is this could be the absolute truth. This lady could be telling the absolute truth. But I stand by the level of, why are you bringing it up 16? You saying it's in support of Me Too movement, and that goes back to you're not processing. You're not making sense.
Me Too.
You just ride this go that you're not.
Your whole Me Too thing is like the whole Me Too thing is more than just a Jamie Foxx that you on this one celebrity put out.
It's not just about trying to fuck up niggas' reputations.
Right. It's not about fucking over a reputation or a celebrity.
Or because you had a bad experience, let me put him out there.
Because the thing is, if you gotta put Jamie Foxx in a whole list of niggas you deal with on an everyday basis that do this shit.
And then to go back to the original point.
They slap they metaphorical dicks in your face.
Right, son. And we don't want to go tit for tat for some of the mental shit that some of these women be doing too. And that's a bad one as we spoke on earlier, dog. But that's what the quote unquote war becomes when you take frivolous things. Now, I understand it might have hurt you, but 16 years later, though, they got things that hurt me that I will never have closure on. And you know what happens as an adult? You take your lick and be like, I'm never going to have closure on that. Because this doesn't give you closure. I don't see how.
What you gonna get
maybe it does, and I'm just wrong.
And not only that, like, Jamie Foxx is disputing this 100%. He's disputing this 100%. And his character so far seems like, a little bit more valid.
I see. The thing is, I'm going to go for the underdog. Only on the level of...
because we come from the privileged side.
Not that too, but the fact of Jamie Foxx is a celebrity, so...
Yeah, and that's a whole nother privilege.
Big on people that's gonna ride for Jamie because they love Jamie. Nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like we saying with Morgan Freeman. Right. Like, it's widely known he's a dirty old man. But it's like, my nigga, just because you like Morgan Freeman, you gonna ride with him. So it's like, us believing that her shit could be true... Us believing her shit could be true puts us in the minority of people even talking about this. So I'm gonna say, even if she true, she's still wrong to me.
You know what? You're right, dog. Like you said, dog.
Oh, it's unnecessary.
And I think that at 16 years ago, we gotta understand that, dog. Everything that happens that's wrong has levels to it. What is wrong to, you know what I'm saying? Like when people do wrong by you, or when somebody do wrong to you, everything is not you got to go down because of this. Because if that's the case, I'll take down anybody that hurts me in any kind of way every single day. Anything.
Right. And at one point, could you have tried to reach out, or I don't know, because she is a celebrity, so I ain't saying you're going to have a chance to be able to talk to Jamie Foxx. Right. But like you said, certain times as a human being, you got to know which battles to fight.
Right.
And it would have been a good battle to fight then. Even within a month, or even within that time,
it would look kind of crazy, but it still would have been.
I would have rolled with you then. I would have rolled with you within 5 years of then. But then, even here, 16 years later, you ain't even saying you hurt by it. You just saying that, oh, you see, the Me Too movement is shutting niggas down. Oh, I got a story where I want to shut me a nigga down. It's like, dog, don't use it for that. That's dangerous. The Me Too
movement defective. And because it's not about that. It's
not about that. It's almost like having to explain what's like.
Take me a nigga down.
No, son, because once again, Harvey Weinstein, he had decades of doing this shit to women, dog. It wasn't, and even if it's an isolated incident, it should be shut down. This nigga didn't rape you, son. Is that what you do? That's not even what you're saying. That's like what you said.
In a way, he sexually assaulted you.
In a way, but you didn't have a problem with it enough to have a problem with it then.
And who knows? Maybe at the times I can't say what's going on in your mind. Why you didn't?
You're right.
You're right. I'm not even gonna say that. But I will say this though.
You're right.
That in the issues of life that you deal with on every day, I'm pretty sure there was a lot more worse things going on than Jamie Foxx hitting you with his dick and telling you to get out of his house.
16 years ago.
Like, I think 16 years before that and 16 years after that, you went through a lot more tougher shit. You know, I'm dealing with men especially.
Right.
Oh, maybe that's how she's.
This is the bullshit that I was talking about, man. Like this shit, dog. Like as far as this case, I don't know. It seems like it's, over the fucking top. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he did do it, then okay, handle it. But I mean, this is the shit right here, bro. That can like fuck up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it already does. Cause like I said, I be in these freaking arguments, debates, and conversations, dog. And these niggas will use the bad apple and make that bitch a bad watermelon.
And that's what I think. Now I'm starting to understand what D-Mac meant by that. Like these, like it's not even like they bad apples. These things are like explosives to like a wall or something, like to let this shit ride over. Like these niggas are that strong and defective that not to in a sense women, but defective to what the men gonna do who hold the power and the privilege. Cause they'll fuck that shit up and then men start, like you say, riding that shit to a whole other wave. And that's what makes them more dangerous. It's not even like even though they're the minority, the shit they say can affect women in general because of what niggas will do. But
there's still a clean. It could, but there's also a lot of great voices out here that's riding good. I don't want to pretend like at times these stories get sensationalized and they wind up looking bigger than they are. And then when they appear a certain way, the niggas who already don't want to hear nothing else latch onto them. That's all I'm saying.
Most niggas are empowered.
Even though that's what's funny. Got a lot of niggas in power that are hearing this shit. That's how come things are changing. But the ones that are in power,
the ones that ain't dead yet.
You hear me? That's a problem. But even fuck them, fuck those people. Just the levels of power we have as men right now. You hear me? We have power. Yeah. We have privilege. Just by virtue of having dicks in our dick-led society. So when enough of
my dick in any of
so when enough of us think that, because I got a couple of cats on my wall and on my timeline right now that's just straight anti-Me Too, like straight up, straight up. And anything Me Too, they might make they put. It's crazy when I go on their walls. They got a whole bunch of niggas under there. It's like yeah. It's a trippy thing, dude. It's trippy. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get pulled into like not being on a woman's side when I'm starting to see so many niggas whose go-to it's not even, because we listen. Then these niggas ain't even trying to listen. They just like, no, I'm being attacked. Poor me. Like just how the white niggas, just how white niggas on this side that they hold the whole white movement over the white pride movement is. They feel like they're going to be taken over by us and they're losing privilege and power and space and everything. Nigga, no, it's still like millions of y'all. That's what niggas is doing. We thinking we're losing privileges because women start to get paid as much or because niggas that raped is getting in trouble for raping. Like what the fuck, son? It's crazy, son. But it's a natural derivative.
But what I say, just to wrap this thing about this here is that if I want to judge it all on what I think about it, Jamie Foxx, if it's all 100% true, Jamie Foxx used a dick back then. I hope you learn from it.
Yeah.
And say, baby, I'm sorry that happened to you. Now grow the fuck up and move on.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once again, if you brought this up because someone else brought up something on Jamie, I would have felt you. Otherwise, you just trying to attack.
You just trying to get a piece of the pie.
You trying to get a piece of the pie, son.
You trying to get some of that Me Too money you think you'll get from Jamie Foxx.
Attention or whatever. Hush money.
Yeah.
Because, come on, man.
Girl, I almost called you the B word.
All right, so Trump about to be pro-weed. What y'all think?
I'm cool with some of the things you like. Trump's still a dick ass nigga that I don't
The
like.
only thing we will ever agree with Donald Trump about is that he wants to make weed not federal.
All right,
Say, son.
about time.
Oh, he may go that direction because you know how
Go
he
that direction, dog.
I think
Make
he's
weed not
dangling
federal.
the carrot. He's dangling the fucking carrot, dog.
He could be.
I think that nigga is danking the carrot. He won't be able to smoke in the White House.
think so, too.
That boy danking the
If you
carrot.
think Donald Trump ain't smoking weed,
I'm
dog,
tired of
you
hitting
stupid.
weed in the White House.
True.
I want to smoke in Lincoln's bed.
Yes, I want to smoke in
What?
Lincoln's bed.
So check this out, dog.
What's that?
I think that some of the things like making league legal is great.
What?
Making
league wiggle.
You know you high. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Potty Mouth Pothead
Podcasters.
Podcast for sure.
All right, let me fix that.
Take
Go
two.
ahead,
Take two.
Make that league wiggle, boy. Make that league wiggle.
Take two. Sound, speed, action.
So Don, you make weed legal.
Great. Nice.
Pardon some of my niggas. Since you pardon not everybody.
No, he is not pardoning everybody.
Man, look, this nigga pardoned Jack Johnson. And I was
Nigga say he
like,
partying everybody.
Son, what's fucked up with, and this not a joke. This is at this meme that was
That's
going
some
around.
Nigga shit. That's some nigga shit.
So
dog.
you know, like, dog,
Oh,
Barack
my
Obama
God.
pardoned like 1,200 people, gave clemency to like 500 people, and people ain't shedding light on that shit.
Why is
But,
that-
but,
why
but
was it jail and
Trump
atrocities?
pardoned 2 motherfuckers, and the news is, oh shit, now y'all mad, but look, Trump didn't pardon nigga. One of them was off of Kim Kardashian, nigga, no,
A
son.
person she know that
It is
she
not
know
the
of
same. It's
That's
not the
why she went to
same.
the fucking White House.
It's not the same.
man, listen, I'm just saying, if I know a celebrity and he asking people, because at one point he was like, who y'all want me to pardon? And I was like, man.
And all these fucked up people was
y'all
on raising their head. Dog, like niggas like it that was in politics doing fucked up things. He was like, well, Mr. Trump, can you pardon
Well, you know, after 10 years, I don't need to do the whole life.
I need a little clemency. I only stole like $50,000. It wasn't the whole $500 I could have.
Bruh, you know how people,
But
you know,
I didn't know.
you know,
I just touched that little underage girl like 3 times. It could have been 5. I mean, she spent the night by my house a lot.
so
Like, what?
Y'all know how we talk about Canizero in the city, right? Like how like we don't really like him that much. So Canizero, you guys, that's a city councilman in our city.
He D8.
Yeah, he the DA. I'm sorry, he the DA, and that nigga's a dick.
He a dick.
Yes.
Racist
He a
dick.
DI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he a DI. Yeah, be the DI.
But we was at the WBOK radio station, me and DC, right before on the weekday lines before we go on, and they was talking. The Major Riley show was talking about fucking Canizero, and this one dude called in and said, "Man, I don't give a damn what you said about Canizero, cause he could have locked me up, but he let me go on my charge, and he said I'm a seasoned convict. He said I'm a seasoned convict." And he could have locked me up, but he let me go. You know what I'm saying? Took all that time off of me. So y'all can say what y'all want about him, but he looked out for me. And I was like, say, dog. And that's what's deadly in the black community.
Right.
For like saving some of this white shit or this fuck shit and this racism shit. Because then I'm like, dog.
There's always that one that you could point at that one good thing that racist, sexist, fucked up motherfucker did. You like,
Your
no.
fucking crime probably did ass nigga.
Because dog, when I shared this thing about Trump making weed possibly legal, all the fucking anti-ass niggas and the trolls and the niggas, they was, see, that's why I voted for Trump. I'm like, damn, black niggas, I told you Trump wouldn't be so bad. Like,
What the fuck?
Wow.
and these was
Listen.
niggas. These wasn't even white people. These were black niggas.
Because once they got a little piece of the pie, what they wanted, they were like, all right, he cool with me, especially with weed. Man, we already put niggas together off the dump. He
That
like,
is
man,
bogus.
fuck it.
I'm just pointing at y'all black Trump voting niggas, dog. Like,
Oh, that's also true. You done outed yourselves, bitch.
dog, what's wrong with
outed
y'all?
yourself.
Like,
You
why?
voted for
Anything
Trump.
for the trees, huh?
Son, and that's, that's...
You
not even just for the trees, because you didn't know going in there he was going to even do
Well,
that.
no, of course, but I mean, I'm just like seeing just how fucking simple it is. Like, even
Niggas
if you
just like
didn't,
the Trump,
like,
bro. They just
you
like
would just
Trump.
like
Yeah, they do like Trump.
defect to fucking Trump just over this shit. Like, even if you voted for the opposite, like,
Nah, these
people
niggas
just-
saying they voted for Trump.
Okay.
And I'm saying, nigga, damn, dog, like, cause if you voted for Trump, that means you just really fuck with Trump, or you just didn't want the woman to be president. To be real,
That's dog. If that's the case,
That's
dog.
so
I mean, I guess no vote would have not voted for Hillary and voted for Trump in some weird way, but not really. But I would have just not voted if that's the case.
dog, black women voted. It was like
Bernie
90% for Hillary. black women.
A strong, like 88% or some shit like that was black men voted for either the split between.
No. Now fuck Bernie. We talking when it came down to Trump or Hillary.
No. Black men, they had like 88% for Hillary.
Oh no. We voted mainly for Hillary. The percentage for Trump was like 30. It was low.
The percentage that fucked me up was the Hispanic percentage.
Yeah, but it's always like that. Like a lot of Hispanics vote Republican. It's not even Trump necessarily.
Yeah.
It's like Hispanics. A lot of them. That's in the statistics. They be voting Republican, and it goes to the a lot of shit go to religion because a lot of Hispanic communities are very Catholic, and Republicans play to that. Even though the lots of you voting against your own best interest. Then you look at like the Cuban folk and the Spanish folk who like to lean more to like the whiteness.
Colombian, yeah.
You hear me? And it's you look at these niggas because the thing is Hispanic covers a lot of different heritages when you check that box.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's crazy. But
we had a teacher named Dr. Patine who was Colombian, and I thought she was white at first.
I used to love Dr. Patine, yo.
I am not Mexican. I'm Colombian.
Colombian, hell yeah.
I am a narco.
Right, that's how you be thinking, man. She knocked out, man. She sound like them niggas. I was like, oh shit, man. She gutter.
So shouts out for Kevin Hart. Shouts out to Kevin Hart, dog. He just broke a big ass record.
What did he break?
He's the first U.S. comedian to sell 1 million tickets in less than 6 months.
Ooh.
Hey, son. Thank you with your pride, Red Foxx, Eddie Murphy.
You hear me?
And all the other comments, Eddie Griffin, Marlon Lawrence, all the other comments that paved the way for this shit right here.
Yeah, son, but he did it, so big
ups
to
him.
him.
You did it, dog.
Big ups to him.
And they opened the door, you walked in that bitch.
Hell yeah, son, and I think that's major for all the people that be trying to like, oh, Kevin Hart's not funny, man. Nigga, do what he do in his lane.
If he wouldn't sell out tickets, dog.
Right, stadiums. He's a legit comedic rock star, like he said. Stadiums.
Yeah.
And I feel like some kind of way that KathyGriffin, whack ass, gonna come from. Call this man a pussy for not attacking Trump.
She just want attention.
Bruh.
KathyGriffin. Okay, what's going on with you today?
Comedian KathyGriffin is a bone to pick with her fellow comics who won't publicly criticize Donald Trump. But in a recent interview with USA Today, Griffin specifically mentioned Kevin Hart. Hart is a pussy because he won't speak about the president during his stand-up. I do feel like this is such an anxiety-ridden time for people, for everyone, that there is a thirst for all kinds of comedy, Griffin said. And look, if you want to not hear about Trump at all, go see Kevin Hart. He doesn't even mention Trump. I personally think that's a pussy move because he's a black man. But I guess he's selling more. I guess he's selling more tickets than I ever will. She said.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Let the hate flow through you.
Mm-hmm. There it is, right there.
Son, I have a strong issue with anybody white telling me how to be black or what to do with my blackness at any fucking time. Fuck you. And on another kick, everybody kick ain't they kick. If that man Lane is not to speak on that, he's never been a political comedian.
Right.
He never has. He always talk about his family and his life. That's mainly been his comedy. So how you gonna try to impose upon him, white woman, that he has to do something because you do it? Nah, fuck you. You a pussy. You ain't even a man. Like, you a cunt. What y'all saying?
I'm saying this. I get what kind of, like, at first before you, without the black shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit was what really lost me 100%. But what had me at 50% was like, okay, I kind of get it, dog. You won't call out motherfuckers in the comic and their art because, like, you know, in some way comedy is a political message.
Yeah.
You know,
I love political comedy, but that's not everybody lane, dog.
That's not everybody lane. But at the same time, a lot of this man actions and things he do for the black community,
it's not your place.
Does like do your research about Kevin Hart before you just go say that just because of his stand up in comedy. He just said a third. I don't respect that you call him out. I mean, because in one way I do respect a little bit of like, man, hey, bruh, you know you're a big comic. And you got to speak for something like that to represent something because people are listening because you got the voice now. You're selling this and the third. But when you put on a thing of like, I guess I'm not the one selling 1 million tickets and it's black shit, it sounds like you're hating and you're hating on the black man.
That's all it is, dog. Like, it all boils down to the fucking tickets, dog. Like, she exposed the whole fucking thing right there. Like, and all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? That was the one true thing. Like the actual real part of her whole fucking thought process with this shit, but I guess he's selling more tickets than I ever will. She cannot stand that shit right now. Like, god damn, this nigga just sold 1 million fucking tickets? Like, he actually set a record, this nigga? who I barely even think is funny, probably. I don't know if she said that, but I'm sure she fucking said it.
She said that to the table. She said that.
That shit got her heated. She's heated, dog. So, man, sorry.
This motherfucker
Becky,
Jig Boo.
Sorry, Becky.
Cooling out downstage in a million.
He would only be a pussy to me, dog, if he originally had political shit throughout his comedy, then stopped.
Which I really don't recall him ever doing.
That's what I'm saying, but that would make him a pussy because somebody made this okay when all this shit with Pusha T and Drake came out, and it was saying how Pusha T called Drake on the level of my nigga, you don't never talk about black issues, son. And I give you that, Pusha T and Drake, you are number one. And my first thought would be something similar to Kevin Hart. That's not your lane. But then there's this article somebody wrote, and I got to give him that. And they were saying, wait, hold up. If you go back in Drake catalog, there was a time when he did talk about issues like this. Not to think, wait a minute. You're right, because when I was a Drake fan, he did talk about black racism and all that other shit.
About young kids and crime.
Dude, he did. So, I think but that is a point to be made. But you can't make that on Kevin. You hear me?
Because the thing is, also like that's like when they try to put it on Beyonce. Because he used to try to put it on Beyonce. Beyonce don't say too many things politically against this and the third.
Until she did, but
the
back
thing
when
is,
they used to say that shit.
They even when she did it throw off, but people wanted her to say it more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, bruh. No, see, some things, dog, you know, it's like if they want to deliver it through their art, if they want to, they do. If they want to say it, they say it. But you can't have it both ways, bruh. You got to accept it any way they give it to you of how they feel about it.
I feel that, but I would say Beyonce is blacker than Drake.
Of course, hands down.
You know what I mean? As far as those issues, and I think that is a point to be made about Drake that we're not going to even get into right now. But it's an interesting point. He's a pop artist, I understand.
And also understand this though, like it is understandable to what it is to be black, but some black is a little different, and he's Canadian black.
Yeah, he is.
You know
I give you Canadian black, but you still gotta give them. He did used to talk about this shit, and it's very suspicious.
He spoke on it.
It's suspicious that with all the crazy shit going on right now, when it come to that type shit, you were the number one artist. You don't even give it a bar.
I gotta go back.
It's
to
suspicious.
You know what, it makes me go back to some of his music and listen like his latest.
You're right. We gotta go do some research on that. But we don't find even a bar.
Yeah, if I don't find some shit like
it's like, damn, Drake boys getting killed in the streets. We got fucked up. They got a lot, dog. Your next album better be more than about these bitches you fucking at the strip club. That's all I'm saying.
And fucking.
That's all I'm saying. You got Scorpion. That's the name of it. That's what's coming out. Scorpion, Drake. Because that's the thing I always give Drake, dog. Since I used to be a fan, I listen to every one of them that drop. I've just been disappointed. I'm gonna listen to Scorpion, son. I better hear something more than that same old shit. And you'll want to be reggaeton.
Well, he got this shit that we hear on the radio. That's probably be on there like Look Alive and all that shit.
That's fine. I need a song about something.
Just one.
Just one. Just one.
Show me that you care.
Those are often the best songs on the albums.
Sure do.
But growing up, though, the best song on the album is never the single. Though it's always some shit when that nigga get, or when a rapper get personal or real or talk about a topic or tell a fire-ass story. Those are like the best songs. It's not the shake your ass. We only want to hear that in the club. When I'm riding around on vibing, I ain't shaking my ass on my couch, dog. I'm cleaning up.
I'm trying to vibe.
I'm vibing.
Yeah.
You gotta make me vibe. Run it. And sometimes Drake do it. Sometimes Drake don't. But real nigga shit, Drake. You actually, even though Cole and Kendrick are the niggas that's respected, the hip hop niggas, you the number one artist when it come to rap, nigga. You gotta show out. Show these niggas that hip hop ain't just that box to try to put it in.
That's true too. That's true.
And at this point, niggas is coming for your it's coming for your gully. You got a lot to prove. I don't think you're gonna be able to prove on this one album because it's basically done, dog. But it's tripping when you number one. When you number one, you still got shit they have to get down. Sylvester Stallone was also brought up on sexual harassment allegations.
When? What? Back in Rocky?
This is like
beat the pussy up like Rocky.
But basically. It's reviewing a sex crime against Sylvester Stallone spokesman. The Santa Monica Police Department turned over the case, which was reported to it in November 2017. But alleged incident at the center of the case took place in the 90s. Lieutenant Saul Rodriguez of the Santa Monica Police said police didn't say anything about the nature of the allegation against Stallone. Singer said the woman who made the complaint had a consensual relationship with his client in the 80s. It's not appropriate to try to ruin someone by doing this. In 2016, California ended the statute of limitations. So they're not giving us any particulars, but
the 80s.
He was dating in the 80s. The shit happened in the 90s. But I will maintain it depends on what it is.
Right.
Depends on what it is. Because Kevin Spacey raped that little boy back in the day. And that's why Kevin Spacey got broke down because, It says sex
crime. So
once again, depending upon what it is, I ain't going to say nothing. But one thing I will say is I think one of us had a conversation recently about I'm not surprised by anybody, especially older white men, from that time and culture being brought up
about that.
on anything.
Yeah, but
I'm not forgiving it. I'm not dismissing it, but I won't be surprised by it because that's like going to Mad Men time and being shocked. You know what I mean?
I gotta do more research because I ain't never heard nothing about Sylvester Stallone's character like that. He's always been a guy on the other way.
Man, who knows? Who knows? There's the things we know about and the things that we never know about, dog.
I'm just saying, dog. I want to do my research on him, dog, because right now, I don't really
take the fanboy out of it. We don't know these niggas. We don't know these niggas.
Sylvester Stallone like that.
Right. We don't know these niggas, bro. No, we gonna leave it like that.
I can't be like Brian with this nigga. I don't feel for this nigga.
We never smoke a blunt together.
Not a blunt. So I don't know. That nigga be raping right now. Right. Fuck all I know. Shit.
You have a whole fucking stable full of fucking victims.
Man, you about Trump giving a fucking salute to the North Korean general, but you talk all that shit? That boy is a walking cum stain.
Did y'all see the video where like they did the comparison with Fox News about Obama like talking to leaders and saying like, oh, like why would our president
hold up podcast break pop up. You said podcast pop up. What you say, my nigga?
Like there was this video where like somebody like basically showed how like Fox News are just fucking hypocrites, obviously, but when Obama was speaking to leaders and shit, like they were basically trying to like put him in the dirt, like like how dare he talk to dictators and this, that, and the third. But then when Trump fucking talks to him, it's like, oh my god, like it's a breakthrough, like he's doing something that president needs to be doing and shit. And I'm just like, oh my god,
all the hypocrisy, all the
caucasity, baby.
Like
Obama goes to Cuba, he's linking up with terrorists again.
Yeah, but
Trump praises, not only does he go to North Korea and makes a deal quickly that's kind of shady because I still don't feel like
that Dennis Rodman apparently has something to do with him.
No, but Dennis Rodman brought
because he tight with your boy.
He is though.
Yeah, he is tight. He brought a war victim home.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
That's crazy, right?
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Like Dennis Rodman.
Dennis motherfucking Rodman cutting a wrestling promo the other day. I'm so glad, brother. I like damn Dennis Rodman, but. Fuck Trump.
Yeah.
It's just trippy, son. Like, and I gotta
Kim Jong-un's dick.
I gotta publicly apologize.
His face.
I gotta publicly apologize to AlphaJoe on the podcast, man. Many moons ago, many podcasts ago, AlphaJoe had expressed that a feeling and hearing that Nicki Minaj is a dick. And I was like, bro, we don't know that, man. Like, we don't know that bitch. We don't know if she a dick. But more and more shit come up that made me feel like, well, I'm gonna say this much: if she a dick, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Number one, he from New York. Like that's a little bit of dick in you right there.
Yeah.
That's born in your hoagies.
Your hoagies, in your pizza, in your pizza. But like recently, she just went on record talking about like Instagrammers and sex workers and like basically downing people for making money off sex. When Nicki Minaj.
Your name is Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Like on the Misbelief radio show, I went in on her and gave her the neck, and I want y'all to go check that out. But we ain't gonna get that in depth on here because we gotta make moves. But I just wanted to make this apology to AlphaJoe, like, because it was like, because you can see Cardi B got her nervous, dog. Now all of a sudden you talking down on strippers when all your music was in the strip club and all you used to rap about was being down with the strippers and the gays and all that other shit. Now all of a sudden fuck all these prostitutes and strippers. Like, what?
It's funny.
It's trippy. She got you sweating. Now all of a sudden, I must have been naive or something. See, I sell sex appeal, not sex. Bitch, what leads to sex? Sex a fucking appeal, nigga. What gives power to sex appeal? Sex.
I'm sorry. Sorry, selling sex appeal doesn't say when it's like I eat the dick up and then I go and get my bread, hop in my Lamborghini, and shit like that.
That shit went in one end, out the other.
She got a line saying, I can't fuck you if you ain't got your bands up, and you gonna talk about prostitutes?
I sell sex appeal.
She said, nigga think pussy is everything. Well, let's have a chat.
You talking about the damage that Instagram women are doing to the little girls? Bitch, look at your music.
I'm not listen.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, but you can't talk that shit.
Talk
right.
down.
It's not your place to talk that shit to no prostitutes and no slut shaming nobody, dog. Or sex workers, dog.
Alright, not no sex workers, dog. If
You can't talk down to strippers. You can't talk down to
you
nobody in the
wanna
sex
talk about,
arena.
like the sex trade and shit like that. Yeah.
No.
The sex trade, nigga. Yeah.
She can't talk down on the sex trade, dog.
Nigga, the sex trade is fucking like the slave trade of sex.
No, that's different. There's the slave trade and there's the sex trade. Sex is a trade, is prostitution, it's porn, it's you can even group strippers.
Well, I have my mind of sex trade being like trafficking.
Yeah, trafficking. Sex trafficking is what you mean, and hell yeah. Ride on sex trafficking. That's not the sex trade. That's not the trade of sex. That's what I'm saying.
I get you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Sex trafficking, hell yeah, bitch. Talk about that. That's what you need to be rapping about.
Rap
Go rap about that.
Rap about that shit. Don't rap about women stripping and women got to do what they got to do to survive in this world and get by.
Using their sex appeal to get it, or their sex or whatever.
I understand you try to lift women up and say they're better than that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But don't look down on that. They say, listen. If you be like, I know you're doing what you got to do, but know your better than this and whatever you do.
Somebody can say that you better than every picture we see your legs spread open.
Where did she say this?
Elle, her newest she have a interview on Elle magazine, and she's talking about.
She was at Elle magazine.
Yeah, this is an official. It's in the magazine's official review.
They didn't laugh her out of the room.
I mean, you can't do that to the person you're interviewing. You got
to. She's a big ass star. She's a superstar.
You can edit anything. I know somebody had to at least chuckle, though.
Right.
Like, wait, what?
Like,
what are you? What?
Your last name is Minaj, as you said earlier.
And like you brought up Cardi B. The thing is, I don't like to compare MCs because they're so for women because they're so few in the game that's like big. So, but in this case. By saying prostitutes or stripping and all that, and that Cardi B's whole representation of her character is not that she's a prostitute or a stripper, but that
it's part of a story.
It's like yeah, relive your story, be who you are, and understand where you come from, of things you've done, and be proud of your journey.
And it been the rumblings for the longest that she had issues. Not even that Cardi always said, I ain't got no fucking issue. But it been the rumblings for the longest that she done felt some kind of way and da-da-da-da. So when things come out like this, you can't help but be like, dog, you ain't never talked down on a stripper in your life. Now all of a sudden you talking down on a stripper?
Right.
Like,
right.
Come on, Nikki.
And that's where the irony of it
You
all
better
is.
than that. And then once again, all your pictures are stripper pictures.
That's because they got niggas writing her beefs too, like in our mind.
Oh, nigga said you got ghostwritten beefs.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Poor little Tink Tink.
Cause I'm Cardi B fan. Even though we got some ghostwriters, fuck it, I'm a Cardi B fan.
So yeah, man, we're gonna wrap that up right with the starter section, right? I was gonna talk about Roseanne, talking about she saw some black movie about Malcolm X, so she feels she ain't racist no more. Fuck you.
Well, let me see that. Let me see this.
No, we're not about to waste time.
I just want to see it. I want to see what she
dog,
said.
look it up, dog. It's Roseanne wants everyone to forgive her because she watched this black film. I'm not what people have accused me of. I've never practiced racism in my entire life. And she think it's a practice. I want y'all to know that I'm fine. I've been using this time to reflect and again. Dog, this is some bullshit. She's the victim. She's the victim.
Fuck being victim, so she trying to get the show back so bad. It's over, son.
Dog, she needs it.
So you never have a Roseanne.
She said she got in touch with Thomas Muhammad, who's the director of this Malcolm X documentary.
And then she went to the Nation of Islam. Farrakhan. And then after that, she went up.
He knows the work I've done in civil rights against racism all my life and understands my tweet was about Iran's regime, not race. Bitch, you call this lady a monkey.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The planet of the apes is coming. That's what I'm talking about.
What are we
These
talking
niggas are
about?
taking over the planet of the apes, nigga.
Fuck out of here. Bye,
Oh
Rosie.
God,
No.
go away.
Roseanne.
Go away.
Go home, Roger.
Go home,
Go
Roseanne.
Go home, Roger. Let's get into Bats. Nerd out moment.
Bats nerd out moment.
Bats nerd out.
That's nerd out moment. That's nerd out moment. That's nerd out moment.
Bats.
Nerding out. That's nerd out moment. That's nerd out moment. That's nerd out moment.
So there's one more Luke Cage trailer that we gotta watch right quick.
Okay.
Luke Cage season 2 has been getting some pretty damn good early reviews. Early reviews.
Good, because I'm tired of niggas calling it corny.
The other one, huh?
Yeah, and it is a little bit.
No, I like
at the Cottonmouth.
Yeah, at the Cottonmouth, it's a whole nother fucking situation, son. But this nigga, they giving high praises to as a villain, as you can see in the other trailer. But they saying Black Mariah is taking her fucking spot.
Of course.
That's what I love to see.
Of course.
Alfred Wood to get it in.
Be bulletproof to be a superhero. Black women have always had superpowers.
Ooh!
Turn pain into progress. Harlem doesn't need a hero. It needs a queen.
She said black women have always had superpowers to turn pain into, what'd you say, progress?
Yeah, progress.
It don't need no superhero. It need a queen. Let them know.
Nigga put still over the Biggie post. I love that they got this nigga that beat.
Yeah.
Here I come.
Play that
I
Lauren.
want to bring miracles to Harlem. All of this could be yours. I can be the mother you always wanted me to be.
Ready or not, here I go.
Guns.
Here I go.
That's where our money really comes from. It's time to let the ghosts of the past die.
Mariah almost burned. I want to smell of flesh.
Yo, I'll take my enemies like a game of chess, yes.
Everything that belongs to Mariah
I hex you, voodoo.
should be mine.
Bushmaster will scorch Harlem to get to her.
You can't hide.
Harlem can only handle one devil at a time.
I'm done playing by the rules. I am who I am. I know you. You can't be trusted.
Ready or not, here I go. You can't hide.
Okay, just doing our dirty work for us.
Gonna find you and take it slowly.
My dark chocolate Boy Scout. Of course you're going to save me.
Ready or not,
You leave me out there.
ready or not,
She won't stop.
ready or not, here I come.
You want me out there.
Ready or not.
Because without me, God help Harlem. God help us all.
Fucking.
God help us all.
This season about to go.
Yeah.
This season about to go,
When is this
bruh.
shit drop?
22nd. June 22nd.
That's like another
Right
week.
before Power.
Ooh. Oh my God. I
It's
can't
about to be a
wait.
Black Summer.
Bushmaster is about to, dog, that nigga
Yeah,
looks
he's
so
about to wreck shop.
sinister.
From what I seen in the comics, he looked different from both characters. Like how they flipped it.
They flipped him, but still I like
It
the
is so
flip.
that he's dope. He look gangster.
Oh my God, his
That boy
face is
gangster.
scary. Where's this actor come from, dog?
Straight out of fucking Haiti.
God damn.
Right.
Who is this nigga,
Yeah,
son?
Asian gangster.
That nigga.
Dog.
say you wanna be in the
And
movie?
wasn't that
Come on.
and playing Alfred with a daughter? Wasn't that Derwin Davis' baby mama? Ex-girlfriend or something? Ain't was she from the game?
Derwin Davis.
From the game.
His baby mama. Oh
I did
wait,
not watch
no.
the
Let me see.
game.
Let me see. No, that wasn't his. I don't think that was her.
Oh, I remember her being on the game, dog. That's all I'm trying to remember.
Let me see.
Let's go back to
Cause I
her.
watched the game very thoroughly.
Yes, that's why I looked at you as I said it, man. Wasn't that chick on the game? Let's see her face. Who she is off? She was on the game, right?
She looked like she was Derwin's baby mama, but it's kind of hard to tell because she was a little darker, and I don't know if it's camera angles, and I don't know if it's the hair.
lighting
Dark-
FX things.
Lighting and hair. Women change their hair. They look like different people sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm amped. Let me look up. Let me go to this cast. Luke Cage. Luke Cage season 2. Let me see what's popping with that. Let me see who these people are a little bit, man.
Questions that need answers.
Dog. And dog, like they're juggling so many things at once. It seems in a proper way. You have June 22nd. It comes out. Where's your freaking cast? I know my partner. Shouts out to you, Jeremiah. You and Jeremiah Crafty from New Orleans. That's the home. He got a few episodes this season. Big ups to my dude Jay. Who's playing Bushmaster? This guy's name is Mustafa Shakir. Okay, who you? Who are you, Mustafa Shakir? This
look
hard
familiar,
ass
that
face.
face.
The Pretenders, Noah's Ark, The Deuce, Fight Your Way Out, Brawl in the Cell Block. I
See,
bet
that's
you
New
was.
Orleans.
You was on CS New Orleans. Interesting. Double Play, The Grounds, Timeless, Quarry. I remember that show got canceled.
Underground.
The Night of. So you been in a lot of shit. Just you about to blow off this. Shameless, The Frontier. You about to blow off this. So you been in the
This is
game.
your time.
Girlfriends. You go back as far as Girlfriends. Goddamn House, Law and Order, Shaft,
New York
Uncredited.
Undercover.
Nigga, you've been going since '96.
Son,
It's your time.
It is your time.
We always say that, dog. Like as black actors, dog, your time, you know, you gotta just ride the road, dog. Your time will come, son. Cause we just find out about this thing and it's gonna blow him. It's gonna blow him up. It's gonna blow him up.
Who's the daughter?
What's the daughter's name? It's not Tilda, maybe? Gabrielle Dennis. That's her, huh? Is an actress best known for her work in The Game, and she about to be. So that's a chick from The Game.
Well,
who was she in The Game? That was the
right.
question. I knew she was in The Game. The Game. Janae.
Yeah, that's his baby mama.
Boom. Boom.
Damn.
There, go ahead, girl.
Hair and fucking camera lighting. Wow.
You still in the game, though, girl. What you been doing? Using a Bobby. Oh, that's coming. You in the Bobby Brown stuff, yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I seen her around a couple of times. She's been around.
Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, she's
She was
Candace
in
and
SWAT.
Insecure.
Candace and Insecure. Candace. Who's Candace and Insecure? Damn. Who's Candace and Insecure?
I can't think.
Yo, you just said her name so confidently. You don't know either.
No, I remember her, but I'm trying to think. Hold on.
Candace. Let's see what Candace did. Tensions run high during the Candace. Y'all gotta let us know who Candace is, bro. I forget who Candace is. Cause she was in that episode when Issa and your boy told each other off. Hella disrespectful. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
So she's somebody's friend apparently. She's not Issa partners.
No.
No. Fuck it. Anyway, yeah, that Luke Cage. Y'all gonna email us and let us know where we at. But yeah, the Luke Cage is looking amazing, bro. I can't wait to see what's up with it. Next up, but Jordan Peele apparently wants to make a Gargoyles movie, dog.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was neat.
I'm here for it. Real
life or cartoon?
You took it right out of my mouth. Now if it's not even cartoon, but if they do some, Planet of the Apes type shit. Yeah. I'm here for that CGI, and I want Keith David to be back.
Yeah.
No, it has you got to do a CGI if you're gonna do it. But I'm saying if you're gonna do that, or is he trying to
No, because you could Hellboy it and make them in practical prosthetics. You can pull that off nowadays with light CGI to cover it, but for the most part practical. They could go with that route, but if they go that route, you got to get a whole new nigga. And I'm saying if they go CGI like Planet of the Apes, I want Keith David voice like we got Mufasa voice back with James Earl Jones.
Because the way them niggas was built, if you going to cosmetics and aesthetics, then you gotta have every nigga that look like David Bautista.
Nah, they can flip it. You know what I mean? When they go cartoon to real life and comic to real life, you know they can flip it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
CGI because I want that Thanos type of look for it.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just happy that it's Jordan Peele. That's the big up.
And Jordan Peele, by being black, would be smart enough to get
Dude.
David.
But I'm just saying Jordan Peele being able to take on a project like that would be like great. A black filmmaker taking over this, this cartoon, sci-fi, whatever you want to call it, project, because it's gonna make money. And if you sell it right from this voice, Lord, dog, like I'm amped. I'm not amped like as amped as I am right now for Black Klansman, which is produced and directed by Spike Lee, which I think is gonna be amazing. But like I'm very intrigued to see where it can go. Apparently, dog, they got this Dolomite film coming out.
I heard.
But look at the names, boy. That bit about to be popping. Okay. Wesley Snipes, Mike Epps, Titus Burgess, Eddie Murphy playing Dolomite. Dog, I'm here. I'm for it, goddammit.
Dolomite.
Eddie O.
Insane and out of sight.
Ooh.
Eddie about to smash that.
Bro, he about to kill it. Eddie about to kill Dolomite. And I'm just here, dog, that cast. Oh my God, that cast about to be.
Yeah, Mike Epps is a perfect cast for this fucking movie.
Craig Robinson.
Wow.
Oh God.
Boy,
can we get auditions?
Right.
We might be too young, but fuck.
Way down in the jungle deep.
Lord.
Man,
this is gonna be cool.
I think when that drops.
They just put it together. So
next year.
Probably a 2019 situation. The Joker film is definitely happening, and they have cast Joaquin Phoenix as Joker for them. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Joaquin Phoenix will be Joker. Apparently, DC movies, they starting this new brand where I've heard conflicting titles. One person called it I forget. All I know is there's this brand where they go and tell. They have the normal brand. They go like Aquaman, Wonder Woman. They go try to fix all the fucked up things that they did. And apparently, Matt Reeves is making a whole new Batman series. Matt Reeves is the director of the Planet of the Apes series, so you know it's gonna be cold. But he's directing his own Batman movie. But his is gonna be focused on younger Batman stories. But
I like
that's what he's gonna do. But they still figuring a lot of shit out. But there's also a brand that's gonna just be telling their own stories that's outside of the universe. And that's where this Joker origin story is gonna fall. And it's produced by Martin Scorsese. Scorsese, and it's gonna be starring Joaquin Phoenix apparently.
Martin Scorsese? That's
Producing.
gonna be retarded.
He ain't directly producing, but it's still gonna be retarded.
It's still gonna be retarded.
Yeah, Todd Phillips is gonna be directing it.
Okay.
Alright, so what's Joaquin Phoenix's top film?
Man, my nigga gets it.
I seen him in a lot of things.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to.
He was in Her. He was in Her was Beast.
Yeah, that was a beast movie.
The movie we know he was in love with the freaking phone, basically. He was in Gladiator. That's where he started, really. That's what put him on.
Alright.
That's what put him on.
Gladiator. Wonderful.
Well, Joaquin Phoenix is that dude. His brother who died back in the day, River Phoenix, was the nigga too. But he died much like Heath Ledger. He was like Heath Ledger of his time, bro. River did his thing, but bro, like this man's 51 credits. Like Joaquin is like, I can see Joaquin being the Joker. I'm just not that here for a Joker origin tale. I would be here for a young Joker story that he's already Joker, but we see him early in his
Kind
years.
of like the game, like you have, like when you be playing that Batman game when Joker's like, before he's the Joker, he's just young and kind of crazy.
Oh, you mean that? I thought you meant the Arkham. No, not the Arkham. You talking about the Telltale game? Yeah, but no. Maybe I'll take that. He's already real. As long as he's already Joker.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about the backstory. Or if you're going to give me a backstory, make the movie in 3 parts and give me 3 different origins in that one movie. And in the end, he take that line from the comic book when he say, well, I like my origin to be multiple choice. Because that always gives you the out to be like, he could have been lying about all of them. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the way they're going to flip it.
I don't.
Do you think they will give a full story?
I think they're gonna come up with their own story and hide behind the banner of, well, this is just our take, because that's what the Killing Joke comic book kind of is, but it has that caveat of him saying multiple choice that gives people like me the caveat to be like, okay, maybe that wasn't his history. Because I just always say he's just more dangerous if you don't know how he was made. You hear me? He just is.
The unknown of his origin is always the best thing.
Yeah.
The unknown of any source of power is the best. Like,
I mean, especially for a villain.
Origin stories though, like
especially
even
for a villain,
just like funsies.
I love origin stories. He's just the one character I don't want a set origin for. You can give me, like I said, you can give me some fake ones, but I don't want you to be like, yep, this is because then you have, because to this day, there's people who think Joker killed Batman parents because they saw Batman 89 and that was a decision that Tim Burton made, and that gave a generation a whole bunch of wrong information because some people just watch movies. So whatever origin they make on this movie, people are like, that's the Joker, and it's like,
True that. The other thing, the Joker from the Batman with Christian Bale is the.
But he never gave origin.
True. And
that was a cool thing. He did the Killing Joke.
Yeah, which is smooth because I was like, well, damn, nigga, you said one story. What the fuck is it?
And then he did it twice, and then the third time he was about to do it, and he got cut off guard. So yeah, big up to this new show coming out, starring Regina King and Don Cheadle, set in the 1980s Wall Street, called Black Monday.
I'm here for it.
Nigga, what?
I'm here for it.
Don Cheadle and Regina Hall in a series?
It's gonna be retarded.
Oh, it's gonna be retarded,
Wall
dog.
Street sitcom with some 80 black people.
Oh.
I'm all here for it.
Dog, I'm just very curious. I just want to throw it out there like that's happening because I'm just loving the fact that we got so many shows of color coming, hitting, and it's Don Cheadle, dog, and Regina King, dog. Like, they're not gonna drop the ball. They're gonna go hard. I heard that Tracy Morgan show was a beast. One of y'all told me that.
DC watches that show.
No, not him. It was somebody I was just on set with, but. So someone else told you too then.
DC Paul says he being a comedian, which by the way,
it's a great show too.
It's a
What's the name
show.
of it?
The Last OG.
The Last OG. Okay.
He has a story arc. The thing with me with that is that I don't know if I found Tracy Morgan that much funny to me after Martin and a little bit of 30 Rock. I thought it was kind of funny 30 Rock, but I don't know. Somebody was never like one of my top. Like, I think Tracy Morgan's that funny.
He ain't everybody cup.
He's definitely not my cup of tea. I mean, props to him for getting money, doing what he loved doing. Granted, but just as far as comedy, like, he just wasn't a favorite of mine. I thought it was alright.
So that's
you watched the show, or you talking about his comedy?
Just his comedy.
Okay, cool.
I'm talking about a little bit. I haven't seen the show, but that's what saying that it's just a justification of why I haven't watched the show.
Word.
Because I don't have much interest in Tracy Morgan like that to watch the show, even though I heard it's good.
Right.
But
I'm gonna watch it off referral.
I'm gonna check it out.
And it's Tracy Morgan and your girl.
It's Tiffany Haddish and Cedric the Entertainer.
Said in that one too.
Yeah,
cool. See, off of Tiffany.
He had a squad.
Off of Tiffany and said. Off of said especially.
Yeah.
I will go peep it out. I didn't know Said was in it. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's his uncle.
Okay.
Because Said got another show coming out.
But you know what's funny? I want to check out the show because DC thinks it's funny.
And he don't like everything.
And he don't. And he particularly...
It's pedestrian.
He has a particular taste on certain things sometimes. And so something that's called The Last OG that he thinks is funny, and he gives it 100% yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Then like,
And it's gotten good reviews. I just haven't gotten around to it. But
it's got a second season coming.
But like once again, certain shit refer it to me and I'll peep it out. If you don't, if I get to it, I get to it. You hear me? I make it a point to see things that people make it a point to tell me to see. You hear me? So I feel you. Atlanta got greenlit for season 3 and I'm so happy.
Of course it did.
Of course.
So happy. So happy for Atlanta.
Keep rocking, keep rolling.
Nothing else to say on that. And shouts out to Captain Marvel. They're making history where they're going to have a female composer for that film.
Great.
That's trippy. They've never had a female composer for...
that seems,
for...
I mean, it doesn't seem odd, but it seems odd.
But it's like, it's just the fact how us blacks are still making firsts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hey.
First one to sit at this coffee table.
So, women, of course, you know what I mean? She's the first female composer to score a major comic book movie. Ever.
Word.
So, I guess there's been other female composers do other things, but major comic book movie. And I bet you any money, it's not like it's a gang of women doing that shit or getting the opportunities to do that shit anyway. But, yeah, that's all I got right here for Bass Nerd Out Moment. Trying to figure out if there's anything comic booky that came to mind. We all been watching My Hero Academia, and that's a huge fucking referral. Go watch that if you're in the anime. Or if you're in the superhero thing.
Another thing about DC Paul.
Or if you're in the superhero stuff.
I'm watching My Hero Academia, and this nigga DC Paul said,
What the fuck is this shit?
No, I read the end, he's like, well, Joseph, I didn't know you were into this shit. I said, what? The shit.
Are we watching Tales from the Hood? Is this Tales from the Hood? Fuck the shit.
Knee deep.
Knee deep.
In the shit.
The shit. The shit. Nah, don't listen to people like DC Paul. They don't have good taste. But listen to us when we say My Hero Academia. It's a damn good anime if you like anime or if you like superhero shit.
Yeah.
You like satire.
Try to think anything else I've been watching. Oh, Cloak and Dagger, great show.
It is certified, especially in New Orleans, man. And all y'all big money motherfuckers who want to look at a beautiful place to see, watch Cloak and Dagger and see you can make your film down here too. And hire us as the actors.
Yes, indeed you can, man. Big ups to that show. It pleasantly surprised me. Like I was
2 episodes in.
2 in. We got a third one to watch.
In the shit.
Yeah, in the shit. You feel me? So yeah, go check all that out, man. But yeah, that was bad. Oh, but one thing about Cloak and Dagger I got a problem with. Y'all need to stop doing this shit in Hollywood, dog. The Lil version of the main character Tyrone is light skinned and he grew up to be a nigga as dark as me. No, stop doing that. I was mad when they did it in the Jackson's movie when Jason Weaver, even though he killed it as little Michael, he was dark as me and he grew up to be light as. It was all these light and dark situations. No, dog, stop that, dog. When you're dark, you're dark. You don't, nah. When you're a baby, maybe.
Yeah.
But that little boy was like 10 and breaking into cars. And when you about that age, you ain't gonna get as dark as me. I'm sorry.
All I think with Michael though is that kind of did happen to him, like on some shit. Like he was that dog and then got that like throughout.
Nah, son, not like that. Not like that, son. Dog, they showed that boy as a little light-skinned boy. Then they showed him as a little dark-skinned boy. Then they showed him as a light-skinned teenager. Nigga.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. At the very beginning of motherfucker.
Right, he was light.
When Ben first died.
Bruh, he was light.
That boy was light as a
nigga,
motherfucker.
I would have taken nigga, dog. Let's stay to skin tone when you cast. And I understand Jason Weaver must have just killed that shit. He killed that shit in the movie. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm saying in 2018, y'all could have found a little dark-skinned little black boy to play Lil Tyrone. Because I understand the little light-skinned boy. He killed it. He was a great little actor. But they got too many people out here that you could have picked. So it won't. Because the little white girl was twins. It's not the kid fault. He killed it. I'm talking to y'all niggas making these decisions of casting. Because the little white girl was twins with Tandy. Looked exactly like her.
Y'all casted that shit perfect.
Why? But the little black boy, But like, yeah, that was Bats Nerd Out Moments. So what you want to comment on in the sports world right fast, Joe, son?
Washington, their hockey team just got their first final, or I won't say their first in a long ass time, if it is their first, Stanley Cup in hockey. And I like to celebrate them because they got a black guy on their team.
That's what's up.
You know, right.
He going through some shit though.
Oh, you know what?
That boy is going through some shit.
Because and you can see when he plays, because hockey is a very, very aggressive sport. You know what? It used to be back in the day. I used to have a hockey game where part of the game you could drop your sticks and start fighting.
I know. I used to play hockey games. Those joints was fun. I used to play street hockey, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's what I used to roll back the whole hockey stick and everything.
Wow, y'all deep on that shit. Nah, I didn't never fuck with hockey.
See what happened with? Well, I used to like playing the game, and I had this friend because the Creole dude across the street, my nigga Phil, he had money. He was that kid in the fucking neighborhood. He had money. You feel me? Like. And I remember he got, he had the whole setup. So I already had rollerblades. I like rollerblading. And my first hockey stick, my grandfather made. It was thick as fuck. It was hard to even use. But like, cause my grandpa used to make stick shit for me. He made a bow and arrow for me once, cause I was in the Robin Hood at one point. He used to like we used to make shit. So then my grandma was like, I ain't about to have you out here like that. So for one Christmas, she got me a stick. But granted, like only one or two of us had skates and a stick on our block. You know what I mean? So Phil wound up getting extra sticks. So it wound up just being because he had that money. Yeah. So we played it. We was into it for a little while, but it didn't last that long because once again, not everybody had skates, not everybody had the means. And you got to do shit that everybody can do.
Yeah. And hockey is not something that's like known like in our
right.
Like I said, there was one black guy on the team.
Right.
There was one black guy on the other team. There's probably like 5 black guys in the whole game of hockey.
But street hockey fun.
Getting roughed up.
Street hockey fun. It's not about beating each other up though. But what you saying?
Real talk in hockey, them black niggas run that shit.
The ones that's deaf?
Them white boys, yeah, you mean that shit? Yeah. In the NHL, them boys do not play that shit, dog. Them boys, they more crazy than the white boys, cause they gotta be.
I'm about to say they have to be for sure.
Dog, I seen a nigga hit that boy and smile like, yeah, we just get started. Cause in hockey, it's like I got 10 fouls I can give Phil, like, you know what I'm saying? Before they eject me. It's 2 dogs.
And I'm just saying, when you the minority in the situation, you deal with, and it's hockey, all them, that's white folk.
Exactly.
So you better do you, cause you hear some shit. You know somebody from
they gonna
nigga. You know people fuck with them, dog. Like so, I appreciate that these niggas representing in that situation. NASCAR too, like certain things with black people. I'm like represent black people.
Shout out to NASCAR. This woman has her own NASCAR sponsor. I think her own NASCAR. I don't know how NASCAR works in a sense, but she has like a car in NASCAR.
You gotta find a name, dog.
Like I think.
I'll Google it. I'll try to see if I can find it, cause dog, we can't just say this woman. They got this black lady. They got her own shit in NASCAR, y'all.
Like, we gotta look up right now, cause her name slipped my mind. But when you said NASCAR, it pops like, oh yeah.
NASCAR owner? Is that what you're looking for, or driver? What is she? What special?
Owner.
First black woman NASCAR owner steps up. This was in February that this happened. A woman claims to be first female NASCAR owner in June 5th. Wait, what you mean claims? What is this? CBS Evening News on Sunday ran a story about Melissa Harville LeBron, an African-American single mom who claims to be the first woman of color to solely own a NASCAR team. There are a couple of things we know for sure. One, Hurling LeBron leads something called E2 Northeast Motorsports. And 2, the outfit partnered with Comp Motorsports to field a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series truck in a race, Daytona, blah, 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 blah. Beyond those facts, there's some questions. First, why CBS's story on, what site is this that's trying to tear down my black woman right now? What is this?
What is this? Cracker hate black
Seems like a good story, right? Well, it might be, but further digging by Yahoo Sports, Nick blah, 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 revealed that Harville LeBron and her team might not be all they claim to be. Here's the tweet. The story takes place. CBS News aired a story recently about the first black woman to own a NASCAR. The story takes place at Dover. Come on, get to the point. The team appeared on the number 83 truck at Daytona earlier this year. Listed on the DJ Coupe, not Melissa's the owner, the subject of the story. There's even a story as far back as 2015 about LeBron being the first black owner in NASCAR, yet it curiously omits any reference to an actual team, like, competing. There's even a story as far back as 2015 about Harville LeBron being the first black woman team owner. So he's basically saying that there's no straight up proof. That sucks.
Yeah, like if there's no obvious paper trail, then...
Well, we'll come back to that.
All right, sister, we'll get your paperwork right. All right, we'll
But I saw how you feel about the owner of the Cavs saying he can make a team without LeBron.
Oh, first of all, I was going to talk about LeBron. So number one, in the sense of his free agency is up, and I think he's about to go to Houston.
I thought he said he was going back to Cleveland.
I don't think he's going to go back to Cleveland.
I mean, your coach talking that cash money shit. That'll make you want to go back.
His coach talking that cash money shit. You kind of tired of building with this team. You know what I'm saying? I think, but he could stay. But I think he should go. I want him to come here because he'll have a cool ass squad.
That nigga's not coming here.
No, you never know. You never know. But, no, you can't build a squad without LeBron because LeBron is going to attract the players that want to come to him. Without LeBron, no one's going to come to Cleveland and think, what you want to think someone's going to be like, I'm going to step up to LeBron place and take the team on. Nah, playboy. That's not how it works. No one wants to go to Cleveland and play.
The Lakers keep coming up.
The Lakers do come up.
Lakers?
Yeah, some people say you want to go to the Lakers.
Fuck.
If you go to the Lakers, that's going to change the dynamic of that. It's going to be over for niggas if you go to the Lakers. If LeBron go anywhere, actually, where there's more than like another star and a half, then it's over.
It's over.
It's over. He needs like at least a star and a half or 2 other stars. He needs a 3-piece.
Yeah.
To go against Golden State's 4-piece. Because LeBron by himself is a 2-piece. You're gonna damn near need to triple him in defense when he's on the boards. But that's why you need two other people on side that's gonna score, like without conscious. because at any given moment, Steph Curry has anybody.
He's on Team Superstars. Everybody on the court can score. Everybody on the court can just do whatever they got to do.
30 points, whatever they need to. Top defense, top everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they're a super team, super squad.
I seen Steph Curry do a shot so fucking cold, dog. He was going against the time clock. It was on damn near about to hit 0 seconds, and he lost control of the ball. Turned in a circle, threw that bitch in the air, looked like without thought, and that shit floated in the air for like 30 seconds, came down and swished.
He probably practiced that shit.
Dog, he had to, son, because the way he just turned, because he turned it through that motherfucker in the air like it was nothing.
Just get in there.
Dog, the whole fucking crowd stood up on it. You can see it on TV. Everybody was like, wow.
Eruption, yeah.
It was one of those, like, dog, impossible. All net bottom.
I want to see that.
So, but, and you think you gonna do that without LeBron? You think somebody gonna come up? No, son. Boy, get the fuck out of there. That's you in your arrogance.
And that was Joe Sports Corner. I guess you got any more? You good?
Man, fuck NFL. Shout out to Malcolm Jenkins. Did y'all see that video he had when he was like, "You're not listening"? You know what I'm saying? All right, so.
With the boards,
signs.
with the signs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big ups to that.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. That was real.
Shout out to the Bennett brothers that play football. Gus Bennett and his brother, I think it's Marcus Bennett. They went on like a show talking about issues with NFL and black and this and the third. They also stand up against that shit as well publicly. You know what I'm saying, with Kaepernick. So shout outs to them in the NFL, and that's the rest of that. I ain't gonna talk anything else, but besides the good brothers that's doing what they doing. Next. So we talk about that. Baseball happening. Baseball, I can tell y'all that later. I don't know.
I ain't say you got to cover them all. I'm just saying.
I want to though because I'm interested in most of them, but I haven't been getting to baseball in a while, so I'll come back to y'all on that baseball shit. Oh, and soccer. Y'all tune in because it's the World Cup. The World Cup's happening right now.
Ole, 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 ole.
I legit don't give a shit about the World Cup.
Me neither.
I mean, dog, real talk. The World Cup they say that the soccer is, and the World Cup is where people make the most world decisions on shit like that. People make decisions over the world through soccer games.
I know a nigga got killed. Damn. A nigga got killed over a soccer game once because his team lost. Nigga murked that boy. He was a goalie. He missed that motherfucking thing. Nigga murked that boy.
Damn.
We not that cutthroat in America about that, but
it's called the World Cup. Your country wins, your country wins. It's like the Olympics.
That actually makes me want to watch the shit now.
Now I'm not. Look.
That's fascinating.
I'm not saying I'm giving light to everything he's saying. All I'm saying is that story is real.
But
just like they say they talk money over golf games in America. In the World Cup, dog, they talk the world issues, dog, over soccer games, dog.
I think if one thing like that has happened, there's like 45 more.
I'm just not speaking on things I don't know nothing about. All I'm saying is Joe said that. You can choose to believe what you want about that, and I'm just gonna throw this story out here that is absolutely true. I watched it on one of them 30 for 30 ESPN documentary joints, and we're just throwing out information. That's all we're doing here. I'm not saying I ain't trying to get clipped. I'm just saying what I know.
Damn.
So let's move on to that question of the day before we get J Prince by one of them fucking international J Princes. International J Prince, nigga. Hefe. Just Hefe. Hefe just come. So last up, dog, we're gonna get out of here. Is the question of the day that you said I'm starting fires? No, this made a fire already. So of course I have to bring it on the question of the day, dog. The way it was this meme that was shared. It says John is married to Karen. They have a healthy sexual relationship with no issues. Okay. They're trying to have a child and have Skip using protection. Word. Once Karen finds out she's pregnant, she decides she changed her mind and doesn't want a baby anymore. Okay. She tells John she's going to have an abortion. John says no. He doesn't believe in abortions, and they both wanted this child at conception. John threatens to get a lawyer to make Karen carry the child, but Karen says it's her body and her right. Whose side are you on, Karen or John?
Okay, so check this out. This is not a true side right here. This is an understanding of, say, dog, if she says she wanted an abortion, you lost. Because it's her body that has to go through all the shit that this and the third. Now, it's an unfortunate loss, and I wouldn't be with that person anymore because they took your fucking hopes and dreams out of that bitch and said, fuck it, the last minute of the decision y'all both made. So, dog, that's a fucked up thing for real. But overall, it's her body, and she has all the automatic right and all to say all be all with her body. You don't have to do nothing with that shit, that pregnancy shit, dog. None of that shit. You don't know what's going through her mind about that shit. But like, dog, that's kind of it's fucked up. If she can't really give a valid reason of why, you know what I'm saying, she wants his abortion, to you, your partner, and a friend that she's supposed to trust and talk to and be open with, then you probably should leave her because she has some issues, trust issues that something going on with that. But that's what I say on it. I don't have no opinion either way of going either side. It's
You just went aside.
Well, my side.
No. You basically say if it come down to it.
If it come down to it, Karen got the right.
What you saying, D?
I say the exact same fucking thing, man. It's her body. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the question. Like you should not be forced to carry a child because like there's too much shit that goes into that. So yeah, I'm on Karen's side. Like she has the exclusive right to choose to have it or not. But as far as my man John, he definitely doesn't have to stay with her in spite of that. Like he has every right to like make a choice of his own also. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's pretty fucking deep.
And that's major for him.
That's like really big, right? So I mean, because like that's a human life that, like that's life, dog. Like that's not nothing that nobody should play with. So I mean, like you say, and I'm sure like everybody fucking say, dog. Like it's her body as far as carrying the child. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as carrying a child, yeah, like that is your right. But John, you can do whatever you want. Though.
Before we get to everybody on the feed,
I'm not getting no. That's what I'm about to do. Oh, see what I'm saying? Like everybody wasn't saying that. That's what got funny on here.
Obviously not everybody.
No. You'll be surprised how split it was.
Yeah.
So what I was saying on the level of is what you are saying. What both of you guys are saying on the level of once it got down to John is trying to force the courts to make her carry the baby.
Oh, and at that point, I forgot about that.
John was wrong.
John's automatically wrong for that.
Everything up to that point, John has every right to be frustrated. Every right to be mad because y'all agreed that y'all gonna have a kid. Y'all ready for a kid. Whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-woo, whoop-de-why. And so if you mad, if you wrong, great. But if, like y'all said, it's her body. If she don't want to carry the kid, you could die in a pregnancy. You hear me? Right. It's your body in a pregnancy. And that's where that 1-to-1 situation came to because homie was bringing up, well, we need to get rid of child support then. I said,
whoa, what?
I said, that's not a 1-to-1 comparison.
That is a joke. That's a joke.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. No, me and the homie went back and forth hard because he was feeling like,
I don't want to pay for this fucking child.
Son, he was feeling like, well, if the courts can make, because he got a friend that the court, and it's not even his kid, so some specific, some random situation where the court's got him paying for a kid that's not his, or for some specific situation, and he's like, if the courts can make a man pay for a kid, then a man should be able to make a woman have a kid. And I'm like, no, sorry, no, that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, dog.
Going things with like using the court of law like this, make her have a baby, goes in it's gonna open doors for niggas being like, well, look, we agreed on abortion. She changed her mind and wanted to have a baby. I shouldn't even have to take care of this kid.
Son, I'm sorry, dog. It's not the same thing. He was saying shit like, and it's both of us putting in on the baby. I'm like, dog, but it's not both of us carrying the baby. When you look at, and that's the thing about double standards. That's a double standard that we can't even help. When you come to sex, women got to carry the baby. We ain't got to carry shit. Yeah, we put the sperm in there, but they got to go through the 9 months. You can't compare it. You know what I mean? A nigga can leave a woman hanging, gone. Fuck child support. I can just disappear, and that woman still got that baby to worry about. You know what I mean? It's so many elements to why that is not a 1-to-1, not a comparison. So you could get mad and take it personal if you've been in a position with John, but you can't make her have a kid she don't want. Go find another bitch, John. Go find another chick. Go find somebody else.
Going to the courts and all that.
Oh, that's unnecessary. Divorce. Go find a woman that wants a kid, and Karen needs to be single.
And go through life, because that's life, dog.
You know what I mean?
Life.
That's just
what you trying to do is some inhumane shit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to force. Now you can't force nothing around here, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just like she can't force you to stay. You know what I'm saying? You can get the fuck on, watch your fucking business, nigga. This is life. And then all things, bitch, this is America.
And a lot of people is throwing in religion as a reason why.
Smidgen.
Why Karen because basically it was using your wife is your property type shit.
Zero credence.
Dog, they was trying to whoop that shit.
Of course they're gonna find any loophole. Thank you, Naja.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's not even loophole in them. That's their beliefs.
Yep, a belief
Which
for the
is
loophole
which is
fuckery.
a fucking loophole. They
You
got
know what I'm
so many
saying?
fucking
Like the people that was on John's side was bringing up, like I said, religion, about how when you marry your basically your wants don't matter or some stupid ass shit.
Nah, dog. Get the fuck out of here with that caveman
Or
shit.
they'll try to go science and be like, well, it's his kid too, but it's like, yeah, but she
No,
has to
not
carry.
the
She has to
same.
put her life on the line. There's too many
Fuck
things
all
to
that,
go
dog.
with
It's
it.
my company, but this bitch gotta work for this bitch night and day for it.
You know what I
While
mean?
I sit and reap the benefits.
Right.
You
For
know what I'm
real.
saying?
And that's one of those double standards we can't help.
Like,
You know what I'm
dog,
saying?
what's the
But
point of planting the seed if you don't never nurture that bitch? Someone else nurtures it. You know what I'm saying? And all the way through, it like nurtures the motherfucker till it's like right there for you.
yeah, son, you can't get credit off my homework. But yeah, son. So it was an interesting thing. I ain't gonna read any of these comments because we've been running long already. But I just wanted to bring the question up because it started like a whole like there's deferring answers back and forth. But for the most part, like you were saying, like people understood that John can be mad, but it's her body.
Right, dog. At the end of this, her body, dog. Be mad, be hurt, deal with that. Call her a bitch if you want to.
Call her whatever,
Storm out the
say whatever
room
you gotta
like
do,
you
but-
fucking whore, and go on about your life.
Go on about your goddamn life because I'm not, and that's the thing.
You gonna force her with a kid, and
She can leave your ass then. She leave you with the kid, nigga. I didn't want this kid, nigga. You take care of it. I'm gone. But women aren't normally like that. They got deadbeat mothers, but most women wouldn't even do that.
But on some level, dog, let's say the courts were like, you have to have this baby because of marriage. What kind of life you think you about to have with her like that, John? What kind of parent you think she's about to be, John? What kind of fairy tale ficket pinch that you once imagine her when you thought you had the baby and then you forced her to have it? What kind of life you think you about to have with her, John?
I think what really would happen is she would probably be an awesome mother, but a shit wife from that point on. She wouldn't fuck with him, but you know what I mean?
I feel like
things. What you saying could happen. She could take it out on the
I feel like
kid.
you can open up for the door for shit to happen
Yeah.
the wrong way,
Yeah.
than to let it happen to the way that y'all both dreamed about.
A myriad of things. I mean, y'all relationship is over once you start forcing courts to do shit like that.
Also, y'all married, so that's another key to it. John, let's say you want to stay. There's a small part of communication that is missing here. Of what did she say to John, this and the third, about how she felt for the abortion? Because what it reads is that she wanted to have an abortion, changed her mind, wanted to have an abortion. You know what I'm saying?
Don't matter.
What the thing is, like, in the married couple, what did they talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that the thing is, if she has a real issue going on, as a husband, do you understand the issue, and do I give you the advice to stay? Because, like, hey, dog, you got to stay with her, dog, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand where she's coming from, rather than, like, oh, I just want to be a kid, have my kid, and be selfish.
I think it's just over. I think it's just over with them two, son. If this was a real situation, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, John gonna feel betrayed, because even still, you talking about her situation, John gonna feel betrayed. You flip-flopped on me.
And this is the third.
As a partner, shouldn't even got to the point of John going to the courts.
No, before it gets to the courts, as a partner, like, if she comes to her and she has a real reason why she wants to have this abortion in the third, as a husband, though you feel betrayed, do you really leave? Because I'm not saying you can't have tried again, but at this moment, something happens over there that you don't understand. Do you fight with that? You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't have to leave, but you can leave if you want to.
End of the day, dog, that's you trying to create a situation that wasn't presented. Like, what's presented is John felt some kind of way. He went to the courts to try to make have the baby. And so all that shit you talk about
So I guess that
never happened. It's done.
He must have talked and she was like, fuck it.
Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Whether they did or they didn't, the bottom line still ended with he went to the courts. Now all this shit you talking is some real level shit, but no, that's what we're talking about.
On some basic level on some key level of like forcing and rape. And,
You shouldn't even force your woman like get shit. Like if it gets to the point where you go into the courts, your relationship is over.
Yeah.
You went to the courts, so that means you didn't even. Y'all can't work it out.
Right.
Nigga, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. Fuck it. Like
You might as well divorce.
You might as well. So yeah, that was the question of the day. That was episode 55, side A. You hear me? This is that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Spell it out or you ain't gonna find me. And once again, send all your comments, concerns, anything you want to tell us, man, send it to FLYWITHBATS@gmail.com. We want you to be part of the conversation. I think that's all I got to cover. Once again, follow all those podcasts that we listed at the top of the show. And, till side B, man.
And yeah, you already know this boy D Mac. Check me out on Instagram at FrenchBread.kid and my brand You Dig. Also on Instagram at YADIG with dots in between. And yeah, that's me for side A.
Passe wine, it's your boy AlphaJoe, fresh out of the gumbo, still deep in the roux. And if you're out in the streets and you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram at Alexander the Ape3, Facebook, Joseph Alphaman Pines, and to the rest of the world, these nuts. All right, that's it for side A.
That's it, man. That's it, man. So
That's it.
we out.
I'ma keep it general just like the army. Most real niggas know most niggas phony. Your shadow got your back, huh? Just like your homie. That's why shady niggas will harm thee. Just act Caesar. Brutus got him and caught him before his last breather. If that don't make you believers, then you'll learn. Honesty is a quality that will burn, but it's cool. And trust is a quality you will earn. You a fool if you think you learn all of the rules. Imitating imitation and they calling it cool. I know a little bit, but go ahead and call me a fool. While you sprinkle sugar on shit and you calling it food. See, I'm just trying to groove and you standing on the wall with your hands on your balls, making crab claws move. Tryna bonk at a dog, but I don't bonk. I just fall back till you think you winning, but you lost in the beginning. Ay. One goal, one thing, one move, man, that shit don't change. It's certain. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do. Ay, there's only one goal, one thing, one move, man, that shit don't change. And it's certain. Real niggas do real fucking things. Real niggas do real fucking things. T.I. CZ.